See nothing but like that. There, he's not that last night. I'll tell you what he's doing. Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Ba-dum-dum-dum-da-dum-dum. Ba-dum-dum-dum-da-dum. Here we go. Scotland 1994 evening. Gang 1, you bullied me, Grandad. Get that idiot off straight away, please. Gang 1, that's that divvy fucking little smack rat. He's at it again today, all day with those stupid things. Any mods, come on, get him off there, please. Got him off. Gang 1, he's on. Yeah, you got him off, brilliant. Mods, fast as lightning, like fucking Clint Eastwood with a shotgun, with a handgun. Phew, I'd love to fucking put one to his head. Clint Eastwood. I'm going to tongue tie you up and fucking bitch, you fat, greasy, smelly tramp. Big Daddy. Talking about Big Daddy there. These smackhead fucking junkie fucking scumbags who rob people's house in their own mum's purses and their own dad's wallets. Absolute vile vermin they are. We all know who one is, don't we? You fat, greasy, smelly ex-fucking Stokesley tramp. Tommy Smith. See if you go to YouTube with that one, you stupid, smelly, fat little tramp. Johnny Jenkins. So we all know who we're talking about. The little fat, greasy thing with a chip pan head. I can't remember his name. I was at Andy Smith. We all talked about him last night. What he did to Marty Joseph Turner was absolutely despicable. Torturing that old man, cloning his phone, phoning him up, sending him gear rape porn. Sending him disgusting, vile messages. And the great thing last night, Jesus Christ is real, it shows you. We were talking about Marty, pay our respects, rest in peace, brother. His grandson, out of, 7.5 billion people on the planet. And all the people in the world, he comes on, that's Jesus, that's Jesus. And that's Marty come from the grave to fight you back, you fat, greasy, smelly, little bag of fucking shit. You are, you fucking Tommy Jenkins. So go to YouTube with that one. See if you can get me sucked down for these different names, all these different people we're talking about tonight. But we all know, don't we? But they can't do fuck all because his name's not getting mentioned. Stupid, fat, smelly fucking Sherbinator. Big Sherbo the elephant. We know what she is, don't we? That woman who works in Tesco's. Sally Smith. We play games here. I can play great games. Carl Stewart, hi mate. How are you? I'm okay. John Usher, evening, Brian, and Emma. Thank you, Paul Cresswell. Come on, Paul. Johnny Jump, love you, Johnny. Just Jay, 24k now, matey. Go on, son. Freedom. Hello, Freedom. I would never buy you off, Freedom. What were you on about you the other day? Somebody I could never buy we love you to bits, man. Fucking hell. We just a misunderstand. I think it's with that fucking little smack rat. With little fucking horrible cretin he is. That Steve Williams. Chrissy, okay. Brian, yes, I'm okay. Carl Stewart. Hello, son. Johnny Usher. Johnny John, Paul Turk, the Freedom, the Weird City. Great lad, him. Weird City. Freedom. Andy W, good evening, mate. Weird City again. Talk to each other. It's great to know. Andy Freedom. Freedom. Is it Freedom? Yeah, Freedom. Just J, 24k, classmate. Hope you and Emma and the dog's okay. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's really good. Only got one dog now, son. Scrappy passed away November. So we've only got Eli now. Sam Westall. Hello, Sam. Andy W, you okay, son? Sam Westwell's another good kid. Yeah. Barry Ace. Hey, son. Barry, I know that is. I know that. You don't know, but I know who that is. My little pal, Barry. Great lad. con man that did Marty Turner was vile. You're right, mate. A complete fucking scruffy little old man of drug money. Yeah, conned him out. Yeah, exactly. Barry, you've got it 1 million%. You conned over, but not just us, my friend. I know people are throwing up on him. So he is a fucking horrible. And he was trying to say that man was like, do you know, like your granddad, somebody's great granddad or something more. Who's been in the war and been shot, stabbed at the bar, fucking blew up in wars and everything. No, there's nothing wrong with my leg. The right leg could be hanging off. These old people, you know, in the Second World War. Sorry, granddad, you need it? No, I'm okay. So I don't need one blanket. And the fucking freezing still, it'll do it so the kids can have more warmth and stuff like that. They'd rather give the blankets to the kids. There was the old school, but that's what Marty was like. Marty, be one of these people go, you get on my, I'd go, Marty, I'm shot. I think I'm not going to make it. We're not going to make it over the German lines in the war. I'm not going to make it. He said, you fucking are. You coming with me? And he put you on his shoulder and he'd fucking carry you through them lines. Mortars going off, machine guns going off. He would walk through there and carry you. That's how much pride that man had, and that's how much love he had for people. And he had the most love in his heart. And I want to say, I love you, Martin. I love you, big fella, son. You take care. You need me, I'm here for you. And we helped both each other because I was really poor. Obviously, we've been injured with the injuries I had, and the so-called horrible, greasy, fat, smelly bully, a fat, smelly bully, was torturing me and Marty at the same time. So when Marty would talk to me about it, he said, I know you might think I'm crazy. I said, no, you're not. I said, we sounded crazy to people at Fest. Well, a lot of people in here thought we'd fucking lost the plot. But we hadn't, because we're telling the truth. But because it's so outlandish, it's like it's so fucking far off the scale where you wouldn't do it, because no one would bully a man 78-year-old and sending him gay rape porn videos and disgusting, vile things what he was doing. But he was doing it to us. He was doing it to Terry. He was doing it to Dale Brendan Hyde. He was doing it to all these people. A vile, horrible human being, and his horrible Herodian wife, Carol Edwards, will tell you, she tortured that woman, Carol Edwards, for years. She came on. He's had hers taken down. Tortured Tina Shaw. He had her taken down. So why is all the ones who've come up and stood up again? You've had taken down from my channel because you can't stand the truth. You can't stand because you've been found out, and everyone knows what you are. You tortured that man, and the grace of God last night on my brother's soul, on my brother's grave, and on Marty Turner's life. I love the man to pieces. We're not telling you lies. We're telling you 100% truth. We went to court. I went with Marty, and we won that court case. Marty Joseph Turner on my brother's grave, on Marty's fucking soul, on my hand to God, on my wife's life, my little dog. Marty won that court case, and he was awarded that book back. Brenton was in the court conversation. He went, well, we'll give him his book back then. So what they did is, Kevin Brown made a new piece of paper, a contract, that was it. So they had to re-give him. So they had to sign the book back to Marty, and they had to give him it, but they had to make a contract to the book now because they've got it in their name. You see, you conned Marty out of it. You got Marty to sign for it, and Marty didn't look at the print, and the so-called horrible one, put his name on it. So then it belonged to War Cry Publishing, War Cry Press. That horrible bastard. And like his grandson coming last night, he said, I was there, Brian, when he told you, I was there, my granddad answered the phone to you, and he said, I was there when he told everyone that my granddad passed away. So he done that deliberately. So he shot straight off to about an hour from here to Wakefield, where Rob Brenton is. Used to be. He's been shut down now. The shop's closed. 3 Baileygate, Pontefract. Went straight over there, took Marty's name off the book, put his name on it because he's not his grandson, his son. Said, my dad's not going to make it. He's got his last rites. The priest's been everything. Now, Marty got his last rites 3 times and come back. So that scumbag went over and put his name on it, written by Asswipe, I want to say his name, and stole the book, thinking, well, he's gone now. Oh, I'll be like Paul Sykes. I told his sister I was going to give him half the money. I'll just keep it all now for myself. I'm going, oh, Shirley, look, I've got all the money. I've done it. Oh, look, I've done another great con. Yeah, good contract, written an old man off, 78-year-old, who looked after kids for 44 years, who given the medal off the fucking government for outstanding services to the community. A legend, an absolute legend, miles above me, miles and miles above what I've done. He saved that many kids and that many people in his lifetime. And that dirty bastard comes along when he's poorly and ill with OCTPD, really struggling on breathing apparatuses, and stole his book when he written 10 years ago. He was writing it when his wife was a lovely lady. I never ever met his wife. I never met him till the last 3 years of his life before he passed away. But it was an absolute honour to sit and listen to him. Me and Matt Legg were in there one day. Matt Legg stayed for the weekend. And I was laid on the bed with my back bad. And Matty's on there. He said, and he was laughing. Like, I said, before the piece, he said, it's all the injuries, all the fights he's had and that. And we were having a laugh with Matt. And Matt sat there and he was engrossed. Matt Legg, he was like, "Would you know him, mate? Such and such." And I didn't know these boxing people. So it wasn't my game in boxing. I was street fighting. But I knew quite a few, like Big Joe Egan. He took and he trained and he went to Reykjavik and the one for Great Britain. So all these stories he was telling Matt Legg, and Matt was obviously a boxer, really good boxer, Matt. So he's sitting, you know, this one, he was telling stories about Nigel Benn and Eubanks and this one and that one and this one and that one. And Matt was engrossed because obviously he'd never heard the stories because he was there firsthand. Marty Joseph Turner with it. I mean, he didn't just have amateur kids. He had pros. He had, like I say, Cornelius Carr was the world champion middleweight, world champion. He beat Nigel Benn as an amateur, and he beat Eubanks as an amateur, and he went on to become the champion of the world. And he fought, what's he called? Steve Collins, one of the greatest boxers ever. He fought Steve Collins and he got beat on points. But Steve Collins, after the fight, went up to Marty and went to Marty, can I have a word? He went, "I've never, ever in my life been hit with body shots like that off him at Cornelius." He said, he was doubling me up. He said, I couldn't hardly breathe. He said, "I honestly think, in my opinion, this is fighters, like, it's like when I had the fight with Lee and he told the truth, you know, you tell the truth." He said, "I honestly believe that the better man lost." He said, "Should have won." He said, I didn't win that fight tonight." He said, "I don't know where the scorecards were at. I didn't win this fight tonight." He said, "He beat me there." He said, "But I'll take the win because I'd have lost my house." So I don't know what he meant by that. I don't know if he owed money or he put money on it or something. But he said, he gave me the hardest fight. He said, "The body shots, I've never, ever been doubled up." He said, "The pain." And days later, he said, "The bruising was terrible on me." So that's how much Cornelius was a good boxer. But who do you think trained? Martin Joseph Turner, legend of a boxer. Anthony O, ABA schoolboy champion, brilliant. Anthony O was a different level to nearly anyone around there when he was boxing. Anthony O was unbelievable. He could have been the world champion. He definitely could have been the world. He was in his stable, and Anthony was on a different level to anyone else. He was like a class above everyone. You know, when you get somebody like Tyson, he was like that type of class. Anthony O, really, really good boxer. And we had all the O's, Peter O, another fantastic human being. He loves Marty. They all loved him. Them lads were alive, like them now. He wouldn't have done this. Like Peter O's and people like that and Lee Duffy, that he wouldn't have fucking done this. He wouldn't have done it to me either if they were alive. They'd have been straight and they'd have fucking wiped him out in seconds. These legendary fighters, these lads, great fighters, you know. Ones who are like nip and tuck, like people like myself, and great lads, you know, but all had a bond. We all had great love for each other. But that scumbag tries to come along and say he would have beat him and he would have done that, and he would he wouldn't have. You can't change the past, and that's what Mr. fucking fake author tries to rewrite stuff that hasn't even happened, pretending. Lee had a fight in an area with 5 lads. It never even happened. Carl went, that never happened. And he never had a fight with the bikers either in South Bank. That was all made up. The bikers were best friends for Lee. They used to sit and drink with him because Carol was a biker chick. And that's what she was. And his favourite tune was not fucking The Hole of the Moon. He liked the tune. He liked quite a Candy Staton song. He loved that more than that as well. He loved their song. And he comes out of shit. He's telling us what he liked, Lee. When he was at school, 9-year-old, this fucking fake, fucking scumbag little smack. Tell you one thing, you're not a fake cat. You're a professional drug addict, a professional alcoholic, and a professional liar. You just sit there, spouting shite out your mouth. And I went down on my bike, and I went and seen when he got killed on my bike. You're fucking talking shite, absolute shit, as if the police would let somebody in where there's a murder scene. He said about 8 of us all went down. No, that was E.T. That was fucking E.T. on his bike. That was E.T. That's how far you are. Fucking E.T. That's fucking extraterrestrial. You don't have to talk a load of shit. I would like you can all come in with your 8 or 9, 10 bikes. Go on, just go over all the blood scene and the murder scene. Go on, ride round and just and contaminate everything on your bikes. Go on, have a ride round on your. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, stop right there. What do you mean? Well, where's ET? You've lost ET. You've dropped ET off the handlebars. He's fucking away with the cuckoos he is. So he's riding around with his bike's about 10 mile away from where Lee was killed. Well, all these gang from Edmonton, and they went down to fucking where Steel City Gym is, which is my friend's gym. What's he called? Mark Lanny and Little Tim. They owned that gym, and that's where I did the first 2,000 pound leg press. And when I went in there with him, Doyle, they all went, "Hey, Brian, I remember there's a machine over there. It's still broke today. There's a machine in there, leg press." I did 2,000 pound, and I think I did 12 reps in there, maybe more. And it went click, smash. I could either click, and I couldn't push it up. I put it down. So anyway, I had to get me out of the rack. And it's still in there, the machine, still broke to this day. I did it 30 odd years ago, but you can still see the machine broken. And I used to have a tricep push down, and I used to be able to do the full 100 key tricep push down. And they made this thing called the saddle. It was like that. It went up, where you put, hold on, when you put your tricep machine like that. So over there, they put this thing like with 2 hooks on like that. So it was like that, a saddle, and it come out and it had a bar on it where you could put plates on. So you put the plates on, you used to be able to put 2 20 key discs on. So it was like 140 key tricep push downs I used to do in there. And it snapped, the fucking chain snapped on the machine. So Mark Lanny coming, that was that. And then I was bench pressing, and he had 6 plates each end and a 10. And I was coming down, and the fucking bench clicked. So I brought the bench as well, because they were like 50. In them days, there were 50-pound plates. They weren't 44. They weren't 20 kilo discs. So I used to have like 6. I could do 6 easy, which is 630 pounds. I could do that, and then I'd go up to 700 if I couldn't do it. But because there was that much weight on it, snapped the bench. It snapped the fucking, the bench. So he come in the gym and he said, tell you who else was there? Chrissy Mulcaster, another great lad. He come in and he went, "Fucking hell, you reckon me fucking gym, Bri?" He went, "Oh, it's good, boy." He said, "Because it'll make sure," and he said, "nobody else will be able to break now." So them things that leg press is broke, but the machine isn't broken, neither is the bench press. But them there were like legendary things I did in that gym. And he's trying to tell me I'm making it up. When people are in there, fucking still remember to this day, he's a fucking idiot. You never trained in your life. You've never lifted a weight in your life apart when I showed you a little bit. But yeah, Tony, I'm going to fucking thing here. McConnell, Big Up Brian, Chant, right, and the chats. Hope we're all good. Yes, Tony, thank you for your very much, son. So Mr. with City. So Anthony Lund, hello, Anthony. Anthony Lund, Cartman, hello, Simon Page. Sneaked on there, didn't you? But I was fucking engrossed there talking. Graham Corbett, piss behind, laugh out round. Yeah, leaving the puddle of piss behind. I'm going to tell you in a minute, because the bus driver's been back on, telling me the stories. So he said, Simon Page at the bottom there, sneaking in there, Simon, coming up the ladder there, son. And you'd say, yeah. So I'll just finish the story. So I'm in this gym. We used to train. George Fawcett used to come with us. Lee Little used to come. Lee Little saved me bench fucking 600 pounds for reps. He just thinks I'm fucking making it up. He's a fucking crank. He wasn't even around. You were in school at 9-year-old with me, Lee Duffy, were running fucking Teesside. You were in school, fucking doing your fucking bullying there with the kids. Even you when you entered school, when you're juniors, the seniors, the infants, all of them, you were horrible. Every kid who knows your Simon, my little friend, who works in Tesco, said he got me beat up 3 times for the prefects, saying I was calling them names and saying things. And he said, if anyone was smoking or drinking, I go, "Miss, they're around there smoking." He's always been a fucking snitch. So I asked his nephew when he come to the hospital, because his nephew come, I've told you this before, but I'll tell you it again. So he come and he said, done that noise. I don't forget it. And Tina Shaw was, "Don't forget to push the like buttons. What's going on here? You're engrossed with these stories that much, you can't even bother to push the like button. It's you, Barry Sherbert. Get it pushed." Simon Page, come on, guys. It's only 20. Fucking hell, no one likes me no more. Look, I'm gonna have to go on a drink with him. Fucking tinfoil. What a fucking joke. I'm not allowed to say the word tinfoil. What a fucking joke that is. I've never heard anyone in my history, in the life of the world. It don't even be fucking me. You're not allowed to say the word tinfoil, because I said, what the fuck does that do? It makes him frightened and it gives him fear due I'm in distress. And what do you think? Threatened to burn my house down, throwing petrol bombs at my fucking house, put my windows through twice, and make explosive devices, and you fucking scumbags come along. I've got the device on the table here. The copper comes in, and I said, well, there's the smoke, the bomb, whatever it's called. Takes it. 2 days later, my phone up, well, you've got the smoke detector. We've smoked the smoke bomb, sorry. You'll be able to track that down. So for some strange reason, we've lost it. Yeah, it's very fucking convenient every time something happens to that fucking rat. You lose it, don't you, Cleveland Police? Every time it gets lost. How the fuck can you lose it? It gets put in a bag with one of them tie wraps in, and then the big thick plastic bag that's taken down the number and the seal and everything on it. You're just full of shit, Cleveland Police. Fuck you. That's what I say to use. Scum they are. They've always been scumbags. None of them good. They're all fucking scum. So he's drove down with ET on his fucking handlebars and discovered what happened to Lee Duffy. And while you were there, Mr. fucking fake author, please put us all out of our misery. Because there's a competition going around. I think we're going to have a raffle. What street was Jack the Ripper born in? You keep telling everyone you solved the Ripper of Jack the Ripper, the 144-year-old Ripper mysteries. So you please tell us. We all want to know, what street was Jack the Ripper born on? Because you're the only one who seems to know this. You're the only one who knows like everything about everything. You're the one who knows, I know everything about Lee Duffy. I know everything about Paul Sykes. Well, you know that. I know you wanted to be bummed off him. That was your fantasy. That's what you put on. I'll play the part when I get bummed in the film. These are your words on your programs off your Jimmy O show. Yeah. I like the young boys. Where's the rent boys at after trade? You're the weirdo. There's only one weirdo on that show, Tommy Smith. Having a free. Yeah. So anyway, Gary tells Carol, oh, Gary, you okay, son? Blue's all right. Good lad, Gary. Come stay for a few days. With a good laugh. Bizarre Reza, is it? Well, most elsewhere searching on there. Could only a few videos of him smashed or living homeless in London thinks he. Yeah, like that. He thought he was fucking clever, mate. He started shouting on to fight me. So when I got fitter off in the mountain, what has he done? He's sort of running, he's hiding out the way. He's been put in a police house for the 9th time, by the way, guys. The 9th time he's been moved by Cleveland or whatever fucking police he's working with. He's been moved. North Yorkshire Police are very good friends of his. So they've moved him after he did all them attacks on my house. You think how we would have attacked man going to run away from a fucking piece of shit like you and that big fat fuck you go out with? Do you really think I'm going to run away from you, you cowardly fucking shithouse, Tommy Smith? And that big fat wife of yours, what's her name? Lisa Presley. So I'm going to run away from you, Elvis. I'll just fucking talk to him. You all know exactly what I'm doing. You're all fucking not stupid. So yeah. So Simon, you fat, smelly, greasy fucking turd of shit. Now residing up somewhere place. Is it Newcastle? Is it Newcastle? I think it's called. Is there a place called Newcastle? I don't know what I'm on about. Could be Newcastle. It's supposed to be this certain Elvis Presley, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, fucking 65 different fucking people. Any multiple personality disorder. He's got pizza box, no teeth. Cartman, hello son. So Johnny Jump. So therefore, he got a little poor Marty Turner to do this book. Now, Marty did the book 10 years before his wife passed away, 10 years, and it was in a vault in the bank. So he'd done it with Marcella, I think she's called, his missus, I think his daughter. I think he named her after Cassius Clay, Marcella. I think he named her after him, Muhammad Ali. Marcella's Kate Clay, I think he was called. Anyway, pardon me, throat's terrible. So he did the book and he written it, and Marcella, she typed it all out for. I think she lives in Leeds, and he used to come on the phone and she'd be talking and all that on the phone to him, lovely lady and everything. So she did all the typing for him and did it in like a script, she written it down type of thing in the book where you do it. Anthony Lund, thank you very much, Anthony. God bless you, mate. Thank you. So she written the book with Matty. Divulged all information, put it down. So he called it From Boys to Champs. He didn't want to put Lee. This is, I forgot to tell you this bit. I forgot, this is spot on, this bit. Just fell in my head there, Lee Duffy. So when he'd done the book, he'd finished the book, it was all done. When Boyle found out he was poorly because he was in hospital for 3 weeks, in that 3 weeks, Boyle, when we did the book for him, changed the conscript of the go back to that other person, Elvis Presley. So he changed the conscript in the book. So he never put Lee in. He said, look, I don't want to put Lee in. He said, Lee's had enough hardship for his family and all that. He said, I don't really put him in. So he never put Lee Duffy in the book. So this, I can't remember the name of the author now. Tommy Smith, yeah. So Tommy Smith, the bullshitter, pissed the bus, we'll call him. Yeah, pissed the bus. So pissed the bus changed it to Lee Duffy did this and Lee Duffy did that and Lee Duffy did put loads of shit in. For 3 weeks, he was poorly aside. So in that 3 weeks, he changed the book. It was Duffy stories because he knew it'd probably sell more with Lee Duffy's name in it than it would without Lee Duffy's name. So that's what he done. So Marty went, what the fuck have you done? He said, oh, I'll do good and trust me and all that. And he didn't know about the Lee Duffy thing until the book came out. So he went, I never put these stories about Lee Duffy. Oh, I just put my own spin in. I said, but I never told you I'd already finished the book. So this is where it comes, the sticky part comes, this is where you didn't know this, you see. This is where you fucks up. So when I went to court, Marty went to court, I went once with him, and Kevin, my friend Brown, represented, was a Mackenzie friend. So when he went to court, he said, well, how do you do the book? Blah, 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 blah. He said, no, this shit, this fucking Elvis Presley bullshit, fucking fake author. He then said, oh, well, he give consent. He signed it. So, right. Then he said, but in the book, I never used this story. He said, can you prove that? And Marty said, yes, Your Honour, I can prove it. How can you prove it, Mr. Turner? He said, well, I have the book. It's in the bank, in the vault. It's never been taken out of there. So the stuff in there is the book I've got. And they fucking shit themselves. Brent went, I'll give him the book back. He didn't know that Marty, God bless you, Marty. Thank you, Exposed. Thank you very much. Carl in House, Brian. Cheers, brother. Thanks very much. I know you are. Yeah, exactly. So he had the book with all the original book. It was all typed out by his daughter in the vault. He put it in there. I think it cost him £100, whatever it was, to put it in there as like patented type of thing. So how can that book in there be different to the book with the asswipe's got? Because the asswipe changed it like he did with my fucking book. So that's what he does. I'll put my own spin on it. But Lee Duffy was pinching out of pound shops. 1991. There's no pound shops in fucking Teesside in 1991. Lies all the time. Lies. Try and make it to sell more. Piggy eyes. This fucking piggy-eyed pig. What she is. All she does is eat. So piggy-eyed fucking Lisa Presley. Fatty fucking Yates. Shithouse she is. They changed the book. So Marty then had the book out there with Lee and he felt awful. He said, I feel terrible. He said, I didn't want to mention Lee. He said, it was all about people like Cornelius Carr, people like people who were boxers we taught as kids and showing people what it's like to help kids and stuff. And he used to take the kids in when they had nothing to take. Some kids would go home, especially in the 70s, and they didn't have no food. We sometimes didn't as kids, we were starving. And Marty, so you come with me, take them down to fucking Wimpy, get them all a Wimpy fucking burger and everything else, because I think there was only Wimpy about then. And then he'd take them, come on, we're going fish and chips. He'd take the fish and chips to Redcar because he used to love going to the Gare. He used to run along the Gare. And he used to go on the bike behind them and they'd run. And then later on, when they finished boxing, he'd take them for fish and chips. There's very fucking 10, 15 kids out of his own pocket. Lovely human being he was. And when you sit and talk to him, you got educated off him. And he would teach you things, the stuff and the things. He said, one thing I regret is not meeting you. He said, if I'd have had you young, he said, you'd have been fucking special, you. Because he'd seen me box, on the pads, and he'd seen me hitting the stuff, and he'd seen me on the McIntyre thing, and he'd seen that. He said, oh, your body, you're moving it, how you pivot from one hip to another, throw all that weight in that behind the punch. I mean, he's fucking just naturally gifted, pure natural gift. Most people, you have to learn to train. And Steve Mack said that. He said, you were just gifted, Brian, with fighting skills. Bram said the same. Tony Green said the same. Fucking, that many people said it over the years, people you've met and stuff. And said to be that big and be that fast leader, he said it just can't be. It's impossible to be that big and that fast and not be that stiff, because most powerlifters or bodybuilders are like stiff, they're like that. They walk carpets on their arms, or walk like that. Fucking they walk stiff. So they think throw punch stiffness, but you don't need to throw a punch with some loose hands. John Black taught me that. Nice and loose, your hands you're 10 stone, you're 20 24 stone. Throw your hands as if you're 10 stone, and the power comes. And when power comes, the punches you see, you can ride that punch, you can slide the punch. The punch you can't see because of the speed. So it's the speed punches with power as well. If you could land that shot, no one can stop it. I don't care who they are because they're going down. If you could catch them in any of them shots with power and speed, it's a phenomenal combination. You get people who've got loads of power with the telegraph it, or you've got people who've got loads of speed, but there's no power in it. So to get all of that stuff and then all the other attributes, balance, feet movement and stuff like that, it takes a lot of skill. But most people, it's like Bram said, who's the top cage fighting lad, he's lovely lad. Bram, he teaches all the kids. He went, no matter what era Brian was in, he'd still be the world champion in like street fighting. No matter if it was in the Roman days, gladiator days, whatever era it was, he'd still be the best at that in that era because that's what he was. Julie's, hello. Simon, Graham Corbett, hello Graham. Julie's Catman, yes. So this idiot said he's gone down there and seen where Lee was killed and all this fucking shit. This fucking shite he comes out with and pretending he was an expert and when he was with Sean Atwood, no disrespect to Sean Atwood, but he's just telling Sean Atwood a load of fucking shit. And when he was at, you've got, and this happened, and the pungence of the blood could be smelt for miles. The fucking shite that comes, and you could smell the blood when it was there from the day. How could you smell blood from the night before, the next night? Fucking shit you talk, you do shit. I know loads of people were there. Eye for eye, people. I knew I picked him up in the car. You even got that wrong. You didn't even look a no, picked him up. You didn't have a clue because you weren't around. You just guess. You hear bits and put loads on. What you call your own spin. And because it's your spin, it's fucking shit. That's why none of the books sell. The only book it ever sold well was mine. You said the little fucking when we went down with Marty with us, me, Marty, Emma, and little Evo, great lad, I love him a bit. He said, oh, he's my cash cow. He says his book makes more than all the other, I think it was 7 books. He said his book makes more than all the other 7 books plus the ones he did before. I think it was 11 all in. He said he makes more of his book than he says. Brenton said, which is the publisher, the owner of so-called Warcry Publishing, Warcry Press, we all not established now. You can check in companies' house. They don't exist. It's all a con. It was all created to rip people off. He'd been doing it for 10 years, and Brenton was known as the Arthur Daly of Pontefract. Why did you get that name? Arthur Daly, if you don't know him, was a character, 1976, I think it was, about 1981, with Dennis Waterman played a minder in it. And he was a con man. He used to sell dodgy cars and that. So that's what he did. Brenton, he was known as the con man of Pontefract, not the con man, sorry, the Arthur Daly of Pontefract. That was his nickname. So they'd done the books, and he said to me, "Oh, he phoned me up and went, oh, your book's his bestseller. It's only been out for." I said, "How can it be a bestseller? It's only quarter past. It's only, I think it was about 10 minutes past, or 6 minutes, or whatever it was, 12 at night, because the books come out on the you get them on the electronic ones, you know, the can't call it now. The audio books. So the audio books come out, it's gone nuts. I think every fuck. It's gone nuts. That's American saying. He's copied it off the Americans. It's gone nuts. The book's gone nuts. Everyone's getting it. Well, how the fuck's going to be up at 3, 6, 7, 8 minutes past fucking 12 at night going, oh, I want Brian Cockerill's book like a fucking psychopath. I want my book. So they've gone on, they've got the book and it's a bestseller. So a bestseller, you've got to sell thousands and thousands and thousands. And how the fuck could you sell thousands of books at 5, 6, 7, 8? You say it was 10 minutes past fucking 12. It's a bestseller. By quarter past fucking 12, it was a bestseller. I thought, well, I'm going to get good money here. So lo and behold, the book was the first month's wages I got after a month. I got 132 quid. And that was after the book, the audio book. And then the paperback come out next month, next week, whatever. So I thought, well, if it was a bestseller, sold thousands and thousands at £15 a copy, and I get 37.5%, how the fuck have I only got 132 quid? I thought it was something not right, Emma. So maybe on the next one. So then he said, oh, what's happened is Waterstones have got almost 500 books a year for the book signing, and they want to do one in Gisborne, one in. They have a shop in Gisborne, they have a shop in Middlesbrough. They've got loads of shops. But them shops want me to do book signing. So they ordered 500 books. So 3 months elapsed. He went, oh, don't forget, he said, you've still got the money off the 500 books. And he said, oh, what's happened? They've sent 150 back. But they've still got 350, but you're still going to get paid for the 350 bucks. You'll get that next month. So then that month coming, I went, well, where's the money for the 350 bucks? Oh, what's happened? He said, they've cancelled it now because of the COVID. And I went, what, 2 cancels? So then they've sent them back as well. So the 500 bucks had to go back, he said. It's fucking shite. Then he said, oh, don't know what's happened to you. He said, for some strange reason. I thought, here we go again. I was going to say it. Anyway, he said, for some strange reason, 160 books have gone missing. They've lost them in transition. What do you mean? You don't know if somebody's pinched them at the back of the lorry. Or we don't know if they've not been printed off the printer properly and all this fucking shite. You printed your own books. You had your own print machine, Brent, and you were doing it in the back alley. You had it because Marty again was there. Marty give scumbag fucking shithouse to Brenton's. He went to Brenton's with him. He was in the car with him, in a Jeep. So he went from the Doyles to there, over to the next place. Anyway, there was 50 bucks, and it was Teddy Dicko's book. He went, oh, he said, don't mention that, he said to Marty. But Marty told us straight away. So 50 of Teddy's books was in the back of fucking Brenton's fucking Jeep. So he pinched 50 bucks. So that was then we were on them. So what they were doing, him and the little fat greasy cunt were getting 50 bucks. And what they were doing is putting the books out the same week. But the 50 bucks they'd put out would go in the shops. They wouldn't pay for them. Then they'd amalgamate them in with the other books that go out. So they'd have 50 bucks each. So they'd have 100. So 50, what's that? £1,500 with the books. £1,500 with the books. They had £750 each then. Then they'd put the other books in. And then they start paying you off them books. So if you went to a shop, so what they were doing, they were selling them on the internet, like through America and Australia. So we didn't know these outlets where they were going to, so we couldn't check. Sneaky, dirty bastards. Where John Blake Publishing send you an invoice like that, and it tells you where all the books are being sold, how many books are being printed, how many books is on orgy, how many are on, but all these different outlets. And you get an invoice, inland revenue, how much you owe, how many books are in the shop still, how many books are being sold, how many books are in libraries. Tells you everything. Oh, you can trust me explicitly. I said, well, how can you do that when you have tax reasons? Well, I need that for tax, to pay for the tax. I can't just say, well, how many books have I? I need it on paper to say, right, we ought to pay that. We've got to pay that and pay that. It's like having your YouTube, you've got to pay tax. Jamie Dixon. Hello, Jamie. Marvin. Hello, Marvin, son. Cartman, Trap Mafia. Trap Mafia, you're a bit late tonight. You're getting a warning. If there's just one warning you've got. Yeah. So what they were doing is we're pinching 50 bucks each of Teddy, Richie Horsley. Richie did 4 books. So if you pinch 50 of his, that's 200 bucks.
Say a big massive thanks to OG who always has me back.
Yeah, big massive thanks to OG. I know I love OG to bits. He's a great lad. Opinion Glaswegian, a great lad. Always sticking up for us. He knows the truth. So what's happened now? I think you all know the truth because we've repeated it. But I'm doing this because he's fucking never off Emma's back every day. I'm doing this because he won't fucking shut that fucking gobshit mouth and fight me like a man. You've offered me out. I'm challenging you any way you want to do with this fight. You're telling me when you're an ABA champion, so come and meet the street fighter to the skilled boxing champion who was in the ABA 3 years in a row. The semi-finals you said you got no. And I'll meet you in the street anywhere you want to meet me, you fucking muppet. You're full of shit. Fucking could smell the blood 2 days later. The pungent of the blood was still there. Just fucking lies. I know. I could have been Jack the Ripper who killed him, wouldn't it? Fucking shite you come out with. So where's Jack the Ripper from? I want to know where fucking straight Jack the Ripper's from in Middlesbrough. That's what you're telling everyone. So he's writing this. So this is just another ploy to get people. Oh, he knows where Jack the Ripper is. So you get people who are fucking stupid, believe that's fucking bullshit. Bullshit and fucking fucking pissy pants, shitty pants. You've got more shit on the front of his underpants than he has on the back. And we all know why, don't we, Jamie? We all know why, don't we? Fucking shitty front pants. I'm just showing where the red pants are. Hangman audience. Grim Trolls are coming from here. There is a page called Bella. There, that's him. You've got him spot on, Graham. That's him. Belle Enders is Fat Shirley. Fat Shirley Pink Knickers, that's her. She's got that. Everyone that's evil, with a horrible, evil, twisted face on it, is them too. So they had Dark Box Secrets was them. Everyone knew it was them. So Belle Enders has been created to torture people like me, but they've actually now tried to make a decoy by putting the friend in, Decker Higgy. Now, they were still talking to Decker Higgy all the way through this until he went to jail the other week, or wherever he's fucking at. So they're putting him in to make it look like it's not them. So they've got one, it was First created for me and Dougie Joyce, because me and Dougie Joyce would get on. And because of the fucking horrible fake off they're seeing, Dougie's in, I'll back you anywhere, Brian. If you need me, you know, I'm here for you. I'm here for you, son. Thanks very much. And be nice to like people. He didn't like it. So he's fucking, I'll get them back. He's fucking insane, totally insane. So then he took a dislike to Dougie. But look, Dougie's done nothing to him whatsoever. None of these people have done that to him. So he starts torturing people coming outside. Like, yous have had it, a lot of yous. So he'll torture you just to get, Dazzler, hello, mate. He'll torture you to get to me. But it annoys me to death. But I know I know now, I've taught you all the way he writes, the way he talks. I'm not being funny out. And that's one of his greatest sayings. Or the other one's, I forgot the name now. It'll come to me. 129 on 46 thumbs up. Don't forget to push the like button. Simon Page, tell them. I'll send Simon Page around Weird City. Track Mafia. Warning you. Stephen Gibbons. Hi, Stephen. Dazzler. Emma Cockerill's in the house. My beautiful wife. She's my hero, Emma. Loved her. Love her. And she loved Marty as well. She was like a daughter to him, and he was like a father to him, like the way they've gone, and he'd help go out get shopping for me when I was poorly and that. And he's a lovely man and stuff. And we'd make things to eat and that. And he just loved sitting in his house. He used to love coming here. He'd come here for about 5, 6, 7 days a week, be here for hours and hours talking about the old days. And we just he lit up my life and I lit up his life, telling the stories about fights. And our great friend Peter Robbo, I've known Peter for 30 odd years, 35 years. He loved him, and he offered fucking the fake off out, and he fucking shit him. Peter's 60-odd-year-old. He said, "Come meet me now, you fucking little greasy, bullying, fat turd of shit." He said, "I knew Lee very, very well." He said, "I used to be knocking around Lee." He said, "I went out loads of times with him. More bullshit than a farmer's willy." Like that one. Well, there's a picture somewhere. Someone's got a picture of him. It says tin foil in the train, on the train or something. Have you seen it? Fucking hell, it's a double of him. Tin foil on the train, I think it's called. It's like a big bag of brown he's got there, it looks like smack. And he's like that. Like fucking Billy Bunter. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, but everyone's on him. So what happened, like I say, who would have thought in a million years that Martin Joseph Taylor's, we were talking about his grandson. I've never met him, never even spoke to the kid, never ever. And we were talking about him. I've been telling him about him for ages and ages for the last few years. And Marty's been on and talked. And you've seen Marty, and you've seen how frail he was and poorly. How could you do that to an old man who's 78-year-old? Pinch his phone, get his fucking sister's numbers, 84, 82, 83, 84, and 80, or 83 and 85-year-old women, and texting them, Marty's lost the plot, he's a bully, he's this, he's that. To these old women are there, Marty, you all right? Can I even talk to these people? Older, they're in their late 80s, like middle 80s, sorry. And he's bullying one in Australia, one in, I think it's Canada. And fucking torturing these old women because he's pinched all his stuff out his phone. Evo was there that day when he got his phone off him in the back of the car. He said, "I'm just going to put a few messages. I'm running out of talk time." So he put all his messages on the window, like I don't know, do it off the card or something. I'm going to fucking clue. And he cloned his phone. And when Marty went to the BT, he had to pay £200. They took the phone for about 4 or 5 days, I think it was, maybe less. And we thought, me and Rob, it's just a fucking plot. And then we come back, he went, "Can you come in?" So I said, "You go with the Robbo." So we know we're right. So I think Emma went with the Robbo, and they went into the place, and it was a BT place. And I went, "Oh, who do you know in Stokesley?" And then the penny dropped. He went, have you give this phone to somebody from Stokesley? He went, "Yeah, such and such." He said, "Well, that's who's done it." Because the signal was coming. They didn't know, they couldn't do the IPN, whatever it was. But they knew it was coming from Stokesley, the signal and the messages. So he was sending him all this fucking shit, pornographic images and all sorts. He said, "What I suggest you do now," the man from BT said, "go and see the police." So they went to the police. The police said, "Oh, we can't do nothing unless you get his name and address." He said, "Well, I've got his name and address, but they'd have to verify it and all this shit to come out with. But if it'd been me, they'd be at my door, knocking on my door." But that's what I'm saying to try to tell you. Torturing like Emma, torturing Irish Bull's little daughter. I'm going to rape your 8-year-old daughter. You fucking weirdo. And then you're calling people, you're saying, "I'm getting bullied up, people." And you're shitting yourself, running through your own house, running upstairs, hiding in your bedroom, locking the door, barricading yourself in, locking your child in, fucking wife downstairs. So they're after me, they're going to kill me, screaming out the windows and phone the police. And the police turn up again with 2 cars again, sit outside the fucking house all night. But my wife's fucking been petrol bombed the house, my house been fire bombed, windows put through, paving stones nearly killed her. And they don't even turn up. 19 days, I think it was, before they turned up. Never did a fucking thing. But when you make a phone call, they come out instantly to your house and chase people off the street. Because I know 5 neighbours in that street. I've known them for years because I used to go there. Approximately Duffy used to go there in 1991. And we used to go up and say with Dickie Dagwo. I used to go with a Smiler. It was a boxer up there. I've got loads of friends up there. Little Tony Johns, my little pal, his daughter lives up there. Nadine and them. All them know what you are.
How will you just get this and just do this? Because I've run out of battery in my phone, won't charge on my other phone.
So what he does, oh, it's gone off.
No, it's all right. It's just here. Right.
I'm just saying about the phone, didn't they, when they went in the BT?
Oh, yeah.
And they said, who do you know from Stokesy, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
It certainly did.
Walter, wrestler or game. Hello, all of you, okay? Simon Page hanging in there, hanging in the place. Yeah, so they wouldn't do that. But when he does out, the there's just no straight away, no matter who it is, he's arrested. Irish Paul, Steve Math, fucking look at poor fucking Steve Shannon. Fucking kids in the house with his wife and everything about 11, 12 o'clock at night. Fucking police come, 2, 3 vanfuls. Raid his house, and there was suspicion of heroin. He was put in the night before. Steve Shannon, a heroin dealer, and he said, you wanted to do a book with me. So he slipped up because he's in the same with Steve Mack. He's a fucking divvy. So Steve Shannon said, you wanted to do a book with me? How do I know you, you big nose fucking heroin dealer? Well, if he's a big nose heroin dealer, how do you know what he looks like if you don't know him then? You fucking scumbag, you're just a divvy. Then you did it with Steve Mack, you were threatening people, relations of Steve who's passed away from 35 years ago, bringing shit up from 30 odd years ago, putting things on his daughter scene and got upset. And you went and fucking went, say what? Here, I want a word with you. That's all he did. He only tried to stop you. He said, can I have a word with you? And he went, I never said nothing about your dad. Well, how the fuck did you know he was going to mention his dad? That's how fucking dumb you are, you and your fucking hippopotamus. I'm going to get Secretary. Fucking legal set. You went for the gas board. Hello? How do I put the gas on? I don't know, because I haven't got a clue. I'm typing books for my husband. And he's in the house going, all right, Brian, who are you doing? All right, typing away. There's fucking no typewriter. He's a fucking clown. Sat with a pair of ear things on. I work 7 days a week. No, you drink and drink and drink and smack and smack and smack and crack and crack and crack. But guess what? He was on the bus today, and they said he was on, not today, sorry, 2 days, not last night, the night before. He was on the bus, last bus back from Walker to Bird's Nest Road with 4 undesirables. The bus driver, I think he's quite a posh bloke. 4 undesirables, well known in the city for what they do, meaning smackheads, with them. And he said they walked past, they were minging scruffy, but when he walked past, he just stunk of piss. So he's walking about, stinking of piss. Well, that's what he went like, Sykes. If you go and have a look at Paul Sykes, you can see him under a library. If you ever look, put Paul Sykes and you'll see in Wakefield, you'll see him. He was convicted for 25 offences over 3 months, and he was given a 2-year ASBO to keep out the city of fucking Wakefield because he was walking and flashing himself to young kids in the street and pulling his trousers on. And then he admitted to this on the Jimmy O show where he's flashing himself. So please don't buy the Paul Sykes books because they cannot be bought because you are just going to... He's got Jimmy Savile in there. He's got Delroy Showers in there, nonce. He's got fucking Sykes in there, obviously the nonce. And he's going to have other kids and laughing at them. And I think that's funny. So if you're going to contribute children being raped, a mockery of children, and Paul Sykes, I mean, fighting sharks and knocking sharks out, how he fucking balmy, walking down the street with a shark. You couldn't put your arm the width of a shark. It's fucking huge, probably 3, 4, 5 ton shark. Like probably, I don't know, you couldn't even put big as a car. So how for fucking you put your arm on a car and walk down the street with a car? You haven't got the width of your arms. Couldn't do it. He's just a fucking bullshitting cunt. So he puts his own spin in to get his own bullshit. But everyone's on, well, Marvin, you okay, son? Yeah, Marvin, I hope you're okay, brother. Love you a bit, son. But you're Marvin in the world. It's nice to be nice to people. It's nice to, if you're bumping somebody in a pub, even if it's your own fault, to say, sorry, mate, that was my fault, that. And it takes that who you pushing, who you nudging, and all that shit. And things like being polite to people, saying, "Oh, yeah, good morning, you all right? Having a nice day. Look, the weather looks bad." Just a bit of a conversation, just with a neighbour. I've been out and I've seen people sit there miserable. I said, "You all right, son?" I sat with him, and Emma went shot my Bobby, and I was sat there for about 40, 50 minutes with us, maybe an hour. And his girlfriend fell out and all that. I sat with him an hour, and he went, "You know what? I feel brilliant since you've talked to me. Thank you very much." This was just in the shopping centre in fucking Colby Ewan. You just see something, like. And then one day we were sat in here, and Marty, God bless him, he was here. Emma was here. Peter Robb was here. Teddy Dick was here. Maniac was one of my best friends in the world. I love Maniac. Great lad. He's the one, old blue eyes. He was saying to him, "You look like the most gorgeous blue eyes, Maniac, I've ever seen in my life." He said, "Fucking Brian, I'm glad you and Bobby come in." I'm like, "All right." And I walked in. He's like that. I went, "What's the matter with you?" He went, "He's just been hitting on me." Fucking. I went, "Fuck off." So we went outside. And you stay, Bobby. He's telling me the story. He went, don't mean this in a gay way. I don't mean this in a gay way. I don't mean this in a gay way, but you've got the most. Well, who the fuck would say that to another bloke? You've got the most gorgeous blue eyes I've ever seen on a man. So this is being tortured, man. You're not calling them all blue eyes. You remember Frank Sinatra? I'm going, Frank Sinatra. Yeah, Maniac, because Maniac's great playing the guitar and all that stuff and singing songs. He used to do it in the town. Great singer and great instruments. He's on the mouth organ, everything. Really good lad. We've known him for years. Great lad. Good. Can have a fight. Maniac said, "I was that close to just fucking sparking the daft cunt." He said, "He gives me the fucking creeps. I'm not going there no more." He had a pair of shorts on and he's drying himself like that in front of him, getting dried. But fucking hell, what a weirdo. Why I explicitly remember that day. That was the day I picked him up with my brother. We called him Mong and a Spacker. We took him down to the door where he ripped the door off, £15,000, pretending that he was getting the money off Brenton to go and interview boxers. I won't go into it because I've told you. So all that lies. And me and my brother went down there and helped him. He never paid a penny for petrol. Not once did he put a penny in that fucking car. And he bought one meal all that time. He bought me a meal, £6. And every time we went out, Steve Rafe went, exact same with me. Has he done that one? Well, I've lost my card. Oh, I can't believe Shelley's put the card in me, the trousers. Or Shelley's put the card in this one. She was the same. Hattie Yakes. Never, ever put a hand in a pocket. Never buy you a drink or nothing when you're in the bar. Rotten agreed. Pure rotten agreed. Pure rotten honest. I've never known anything like it. Books, photos, candles and posters. Hangman. So then that's what his wife does. She plays the victim. "We're getting bullied. My husband's going to hang himself in the bedroom." This is about the 50th fucking time he's going to hang himself. It's just sort of shite just to get people to feel sorry for him. Leave me, he's going to hang himself. People have heard that old horse chestnut about 1,000 fucking times. Not 1,000, about 100 times when Shelley plays the same little bit. But why don't you just tell everyone where Jack the Ripper's from? Why don't you tell us when this Paul Sykes movie's coming out? We're all dying to see Paul Sykes fighting the shark. Who's going to be fighting the fucking... No, you're going to have a fight with the shark in the sea. He said, this is what Paul Sykes said. I'm not going to lie about the man. Couldn't stand the fucker, but I tell lies. What he said, "I'm good to..." I'll do the accent. I mean, I can't remember. Calf, Trent, light off, calf. Been down Titten's River, been over there to the Joe Straits, down the Joe Straits, I think it's called. There's tiny little sharks in the river that big, about that fucking big. He went, I was swimming to Joe Straits. I can't remember the name of the sea or whatever it's fucking at. I was swimming to the river, and I'm swimming down the sea, and I got there, and this shark come, and I know it'll short you out. I punched it right in the fucking ear hole, and the shark swam off. Next minute, swimming down the river, and then we befriended the shark. So we said, let's go, because he said at the time, Paul Sykes was the greatest swimmer in the world. I said, better than fucking Mark Spitz. He went, "Oh yeah, he could easily beat him." Mark Spitz was fucking world champion. We broke 7 world records that year. And he was the world champion. He was telling me he was better than Mark Spitz. So I knew he was a fucking divvy. I'm thinking, I said to him halfway through the break, I said, "Mark Spitz, he was the world champion. Oh, you would still beat him." And he said, if he would have fought Tyson, if he'd have fought Tyson at his best, and Paul Sykes at his best, would he beat Mike Tyson? I'm like, what the fuck? He couldn't even beat fucking John Elgarden. And he was a great boxer, John Elgarden, don't get me wrong. But he was 15 stone, 6'3", and he could fight. The Sykes could have a fight, but Sykes was a coward. When I offered him out twice, he shit himself. Duffy offered him out, he shit himself. And Dave Garside offered him twice. A lad called, I can't remember his fucking name now. I've lost the name. He's from Leeds. It'll come to me. He battered him all over Leeds. He never ever went back to Leeds. And one of Dale Brendan Hyde's friends bare knuckle fighter. He said he wouldn't be able to fight you, but I would have, if you offered him out, he'd fight you again and again and again. But probably loads of got bottle this kid. Sykes went in because he used to go around and say, get on the table and sing songs. This lad, he tried with this lad, he just grabbed the stool and then fucking smashed him right in the face and broke his jaw. Sykes never went back to that pub. That's how to stop bullies. So getting back to him, so he befriended the shark. I swam to America, over to America. See you later, calf. I'm going to come back and give you good tidings. That was his wife and his kids. Every one of you three kids, you three there, tell them, all yous are going to end up like murderers. You'll all be in jail for murder because I've battered you and beat you up that many times. I'm just going to America. Swam over to America. He beat the shark though because he was faster than the shark, great white shark. So he got there. Anyway, there was a big chip boat on the river. Now then, the man said, what are you doing with that shark? So the man said, hey, mate, what are you doing with that shark? He said, I've just started a new project. I'm going to make a film. He said, why want to call you? He said, what to call you? He said, Paul Sykes. Call me Paul Sykes. And this is Jaws. That's the name of the film I'm going to make. So he made the film, Jaws. It was a great big blockbuster. And the shark, the only problem I had with the shark, because he punched the shark in the ear, the shark was deaf, couldn't hear. So he couldn't hear, so he had to get somebody in to go to the shark. So Paul Sykes is going, come on, shark, come on, Jaws. So he said, the fucking bastard. When I went to jail, the shark made Jaws 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The fucking couldn't never even give me a penny. And that's why I wrote my own book. It's taking the piss out of me. yeah, fucking, well, it might as well be a talking shark in it, mate, now, because the fucking lies he makes up. So the shark was fucking punched the shark in the ear and deafened the shark. I'll be all right. You'll be all right. Put the act on. Punch there. Sykes was the first man to swim the English Channel. No, he was the fastest man to swim the English Channel. He beat everything he done. He was the better boxer of Mike Tyson. Doyle said, my books are now, I've been told off Amazon, are outselling J.K. Rowling's. I'm a better author than there. My books are outselling better. I thought, well, when we win the Carter thing, we'll get fucking paid. Fucking shit he comes out with. He's only worth about £300 million. Fucking, he hasn't even got a house. You've been chased out your house. Oh, found out who knocked him out. It's a kid, 16, 17, maybe 18, the oldest. Sparked him in the fucking, sparked him out in the pub in Queen's Head in Stokesley, giving the big large and sniffing shit in the toilet. He sparked him out. The kid who was between 16 and 18, I'd said. Little kid knocked him out, that little cunt. Sparked him unconscious, knocked clean out he was. Yeah, he just fucking talks shite, doesn't he? The fucking shark weighs 2.5, 3 ton. And the swim, the fucking speed of them is unbelievable. As if you could punch a shark. The thing is, it's something known as the sharks, it's called. The Bay of Sharks, that's it. The Bay of Sharks. So he's from the Bay of Sharks. But it's just, it's a saying. There's no sharks in there. They're only little tiny ones. There's no sharks whatsoever. There's no great whites. Great whites have to be in warm water. So I don't know whether that is, if it's warm or whatever. But he said he swam the Bay of Sharks, it's called. I'm going to swim to the Bay of Sharks. All right. And all that shite about the stuff in the documentary and everything. He was a fucking bully in the documentary. His wife was petrified him. You could see in her face, she didn't dare say both. She didn't even dare look at him. She petrified. Now, the people who lived there told me, and they told him, we were talking to them, and they said, oh, every day, or not every day, every week, every weekend, he used to come home and he used to bring women back, Sykes, and make his wife sleep with other women. Forcefully make his women sleep with lesbians and things. I'm watching them. I'll bring men home to sleep with his wife, and he was sleeping with men. He was a fucking pure beast, I'm telling you now. And Johnny Nelson, lovely man, Sheffield, great boxing, fucking brilliant boxer. And Peter Fury went, it was that disgusting. Sykes in jail, he'd have sex with old men, young boys. He'd even have sex with a fucking dog. He'd even rape a dog. That's whatever he said. I think it was them words. And that's where tinfoil gets the word from. I'm going to bum your dog. I'm going to rape your dog. I'm going to rape your foot. Normal man says that. So he said Sykes was that valued, he can sleep with a dog. He was having sex with old men and anyone. And then if he couldn't have the sex, well, he never said this, Peter, but he never said, obviously, he's been respectful, but I fucking said it. He was raping kids in jail. He was known for it all over the jail. There's 3 different screws come on from 3 different jails. One said he worked in Strangeways, Armley, and Durham. Another one went to Liverpool, Armley, and Strangeways. And the other one's been on, I won't say the lad's name, because he's been on, he said, what Brian Cockerill said about Paul Sykes and more is 100% true. I was a screw for 37 years. And them stories that Brian telling you is 100% true. And there was another screw coming, my little mate Don from Darlington said, everything you said, he come on and said the same. And someone else come on and said he was having sex with the young boys. It's true. And he was putting the page 3 girl on the back watching the girl and having sex. Now, if you were 2 gay lads together and you were having sex, just for talking's sake, your boyfriend wouldn't turn and say, can I put a girl in here and watch the girl while I have sex with you? Obviously, they weren't doing that. He was raping them. He was making them fucking do it. Doesn't make sense. It's like going to bed with your wife saying, can I just put this girl in the back of you so I can look at her while I'm having sex with you from behind? Doesn't it make sense, does it? You think about it. He was raping them. That's what he was doing. It was a no-nonsense. One of his party pieces in Screw said in Manchester, you say, all right, son, you all right? Do you want to come in? I'll teach you how to play checkers or chess or whatever. Get them in the pad because you have association till the door gets locked behind them. Then he's in there and out with them, doing what he wanted for them. And he used to say to them, do you want it the hard way or the easy way? Terry Dicko come and told you. Terry Dicko told the false facts. So he said, knock them out and rape them and leave them in a half ounce of baccy. Or he would have sex with them, normal, and then leave them, give them the baccy or whatever, while instead of knocking them out. So you can have it 2 ways. You're going to be raped, or you can just let me have sex. But I used to always leave them baccy. Half ounce of baccy on the side. Just a fucking beast. Better than JK. JK Rowling. Yeah, he thinks that's what he said. I'm not joking. He said Mike Tyson. But that was what he said. When his book come out about Sykes, who the fuck went to buy him? That daft book he's written about. That book, you've got to remember this. Mike Tyson, arguably one of the greatest heavyweights that ever, not arguably, 100% one of the greatest heavyweights that ever lived. Definitely in the top fucking 5 heavyweights that ever lived, right? They're one of the greatest that ever. You've got to think about Mike Tyson as well. You've got to think, yeah, he was fighting every fucking 6 weeks. Nowadays, they have a fight, one fucking fight a year. That's not boxing. I'll have a fight. It'll take me a year to get fit. Tyson was fighting every 6 fucking weeks. Every 6 weeks he was fighting. So nobody else done that, but he did. And he was fighting professional people at the same type of caliber as him. He was wiping them out. He fought that fucking, one of them, I can't remember his name now. And he was 49, well-known boxer. He went for the 50th fight to beat the record because he would have shared the record with Rocky Marciano. Michael Spinks, was it? Michael Spinks, I think it was. He was a really good technical boxer, but he didn't have that killer instinct. I got in that ring with him and he hit him with a couple of body shots and he gave up. And no disrespect to you, Michael, you give up. Your ass fucking went. I seen your face. And I watched it early hours in the morning. I'd seen you fucking give up. And you know what? I don't blame you. Because the power and the speed of that man's hands were fucking phenomenal. And if he hit you, people say he was only 15 half stone, yeah, but it was 15 half stone of punch. Every bit of it was coming out. And like I told you about the speed, if somebody throws a fucking punch and you can't see it, it's probably double the power because you're not preparing for them. When you do that and move a little bit, or you even catch a little glimpse of it and move a bit, you take a lot out the sting. But when you get hit full on with something like that, 15, 14, 7, 14, 10, which is probably 15, and you went to 15 something was his biggest weight. And he was phenomenal. So how the fuck could he outsell? He said his book on Paul Sykes, that pile of shite, where you can see that book, it's fucking shite. That book was outselling Mike Tyson's book. One of the greatest heavyweights that ever lived. You're talking about somebody who thought it was in, I mean, he said he was one of the greatest swimmers in the world, right? Can you just answer this, ladies and gentlemen, the jury, but you are, right, James Jameson. Hello, James. So, how can you tell me if you did 21 years in jail out of 24, where the fuck did you swim in jail to train for it? to go on all these records and beat all these records. Where the fuck did you go in jail to swim if he was this great swimmer? I've been in like quite a few jails, 8 jails I've been in. I've been in other jails visiting people. I've never seen a swim bath in one. Fucking shite you come out with. When that's a time, and I'll fight you, Brian. 20 ounce gyms. 20 ounce gyms. When that's a time. No, that in English is win, lose, or draw. This is him down London wanting to fight me on the streets of London, thinking he's tough because he's 200 miles away on the phone, smacked out his fucking bonds full of smacking drugs and stuff. And then I'll want to bring me. I'll meet you now. Listen to me, you. You listen to me. You listen to me. I'll meet you. Steel City Gym. That's for English. That's Steel City Gym, which is a gym in Middlesbrough, which I was telling you about where I did the 2,000-pound leg press. Mark Lenny used to run it. Little Timmy and Chrissy Wilcoster at the gym. So I'll fight you 5'8" author. Now let's get this. I get the 6'3" giant Brian Cockerill. Let's get this. The 5'8" author will fight you 9.5 stone. The last time you were 9.5 stone, you were fucking 3-year-old. You'd have to cunt. 9.5 stone. And I will dance round you. I'll school you. I can school you. Now let me build this. You bully me and my family. You've just put all my windows in. Well, what, in a wheelchair? Paralysed and in a bed? Because I was in both. I had to get help. I had 5 people a day coming around to help me get in and out of the bed and clean me and wash me and get me dressed and stuff. So this is just great. I can't wait to go to court. I get charged. I'm hoping the police charge me for that much so I can put all the evidence together with everyone else and fucking bury this piece of shit. Piece of shit he is, because we have to have our version then. So when they look at the fucking defence, they'll think, fucking hell, look at this. Especially the ones, I'll fight you, you fucking spacker cockerel. You are, Brian. You really stink of voice. You really smell. No, you fucking smell. You stink of piss. You really stink of piss. That's not me making up. You really stink of piss. And you have pissed the bus. Proof of your wife told me. Proof for Terry when you put you on the bus, the coaches to go to Dominic Negus's. You pissed yourself then. You fell asleep in Paddy Maloney's house when he was videoing, doing a documentary, right? Doing that horrible snoring what you do, but you're smacked out your head. And Les Peacock had to cancel the documentary because you ruined it. And Paddy had to do it another time. Because you can't, you did the same with me and Sean Atwood and the Wild Man. They had to cut you and take you out of it because you were just that talking shit. The sweat was pouring off your face. The Jimmy O show said, what's all that white stuff on his face? I went, Jimmy O, stop being naive. The camera went, he's off his fucking face. That's what's wrong with him. And he went, stop, my anxiety, stop. Fucking, I was in. I did it about 1 hour and 10 minutes. Done it. He was on there about 3 hours to do an hour. Stop and go to the toilet, come back out. Stop and go to the toilet, come back out. And on the way there, he said to us, I've been on the court for 2 days, been arguing with Teddy Dippo. He said, I've drank 2 bottles of whiskey. So that's where he would go to places, the same as the school, off his head on Gazipan, the same as the night out in Bishop Auckland, the same fucking MO on stage going, listen to me, everyone. Brian doesn't lie. That's fucking English. Listen, everyone, Brian doesn't lie. Brian Cockerill doesn't tell lies. That's Brian Cockerill doesn't tell lies. So why am I telling lies now then, Jamie? Why am I telling lies when 3 years ago you said Brian Cockerill was the biggest name ever? Everyone knew him. Me and my wife think the world of him. We've got to know him, but behind their eyes is a deadly man. You're fucking right, he is. Behind your eyes is a deadly police informer. Shit house. And did you take E.T. back, his bike? When you went down to see Lee Duffy's, where Lee Duffy got killed, did you take E.T.'s bike back for him? Remember, that's why lately they've come up, the Americans saying aliens exist. E.T. wants his fucking bike back off you. That's what it is. E.T. wants his bike back. His fucking mum and dad are fuming off that bike. They want that bike back. Next thing they've said, I know you've given it to Darren G, haven't you? You've swapped bikes with Darren G, haven't you? Fucking hell. The 2 big tough guys on the BMXs. E.T. phone home. Yes, Darren. Fucking cranks. Cranks won't have fights with me. He can't turn up. All talk. and no action. Makes me boring. You're boring me. So Lee Natty Wilson sneaked in there, didn't you? I love Lee Natty Wilson. He's a great little kid. Proper love him. Reza Sykes was clearly a deluded narcissist. Can't read that bit. Selfless, also schizophrenic. Yeah, definitely schizophrenic. He's the same. He's definitely a schizophrenic. He's a sociopath. That's a word. Complete sociopath as well, because they really deluded that much. They believe their own lies. He. This is what he does. He goes on, and his books come out, and he came on one day and he had 132 fake accounts. So I didn't know what he meant by that. So this is what he showed how many accounts he's got. So that's the ones he trolls people off. But what else he does? This is how you know it's him. This is say I'm him, tinfoil. This bloke, Jamie Boyle, is definitely the best author I've ever come across. The way he puts his words together, the crime fiction, the crime facts are all true. This man really needs an award off Amazon. He needs a medal for what he's done. Hats off to Jamie, 100% best author on Amazon. So you know it's that cunt, because it's all ball. So like somebody come on and go, these books are okay, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, I like the books, they're really good. That's it. He puts a big fucking epilogue like that on his wife. It's like a Bible verse. She'll text you like a fucking lunatic. She's definitely a fucking sociopath as well. But when you've got two narcissists together, that poor little kid's fucking tortured in the middle. He's tortured that little kid. Honestly, he's tortured his own son, and that's why that kid, I think, he wants to get in the army and fuck off away from them two cranks. That's what he's trying to do. I can see it a mile away. I had two daughters fucked her off and went away. Wouldn't come back to the house after he threw them out. Threw them out because he was sniffing shit in front of the kids. So throw them out. When you get my channel took down, please don't sue me. Please don't get the police again. I'm scared. I might run. Help! Help! Jelly, help me. They're going to kill me. Okay, now. Oh, yeah. What said? I saw the thing. What said he killed the cat? Yeah, what he did. He was in. This is off. This story comes from Charlie Bronson. So when they were in Liverpool, massive jail, biggest jail in Europe. I've got all the lads down there. They'll tell you everyone knows me in Liverpool. They'll know me all over. Tender chat. That tender thing could be that fucking crank, by the way, isn't it? Yeah, that was him. Yeah. That's that crank, that with the red thing. I'm sure it's him. Yeah, it's him. Did he crank? So, you know the shark? The shark kept all the fucking money. Hey, he's kept all the money and Sykes over any the shark. Steven Spielberg, that was who pulled up in the bus. Steven Spielberg. What are you doing? I'm thinking of making a movie. But you know my friend Jaws? Gun Trip Pub. Gun Trip Pub, but I'm going to knock you clean out, yo. Come on. So he was in Blackpool, met a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old, and I thought he was going to say, you know, like me, if I met, say, two kids, two young lads down there, 13, 14, and then when I say the home myself, they were fucking got fuck all. It's how you come with me for the day, how you take us out. Take them out, get my meal and all that, look after them, get some pictures took with them, everything, get them on my page and all that, for nothing and pay for it all, and make the day. But it takes to the 13, 14-year-old little girl, took them back to his flat, groomed them and had sex with both of them, having them doing lesbian acts and everything in the house. 13 and 14-year-old child. And he's going, he laughing like that fucking horrible face he's got when he does that laugh. It does my fucking head in. Big fucking pumpkin head. So he sat there, and I'm going, are you fucking for real? This is fucking on the thingy. His son's going to see this. So he had another anxiety break. Come back and I said, don't just keep going about that Sykes. Keep going on. I said, you're putting him up as if he's some fucking hero. He's not a hero. He's fucking nonce. Anyway, come on, he told the truth. He went, Brian Cockerill offered him out in Wakefield. He went to fight him in 1991, but by then Sykes was knackered. No, let's get it right. 1991, he was still boxing. So stop trying to paper over the cracks, as you say it. I skate around the houses because Sykes was still taxing people and taking money off them. When I went down, took the £1,200 back off him and gave the lad the £600. And I got £600. And me, Dave, and Terry Rich. I went another time. And we took 20 grand with the elephants off him, these fucking jade elephants. And he did fuck all. He sat at the table and get outside. And he wouldn't get outside. And you fucking put that in the book. Why would you put it in the book if it's lies now? Because you can't handle it. It's your hero. Shirley's got a big mask on with you, like that. And she's giving you one from behind. That's what Shirley, you call her Paul. You Paul, come on, Paul. Oh, Paul. Okay, so he's had sex with a 13, 14-year-old, Sykes, and he's admitted it's in the book. And then he went from there, and he met a 15-year-old, which is the one he's called Kath, who had the baby with. So he got her pregnant. There's 3 underage things. So there's fucking, he was never convicted. He wasn't a paedophile, but if he's having sex with 13, 14, 15-year-olds, that's rape 3 times. So he's a nonce. You fucking don't talk shit, you do. You talk shite. He was a rapist, nonce, dirty, foul, disgusting animal he was. And he was just a fucking beast. And when Lee Duffy offered him out, he shit himself. Turned his back again, couldn't wait to get on the other wing, got himself out, he went to Liverpool. And when he went to Liverpool, this is what happened about the cat. So they're in the jail, and the bar in jail, and you look out the window, there was a big cat, big fucking cat, huge cat. And it would kill the rats, because they have them in there, the cats, to do that. So I was in one night, and I was in there. Not to do these, this is 1996 it was I was in. I'm in there anyway, it's fucking big rat running across my window ledge outside. Like, oh, you're fucking horrible, aren't you? So I shut the window and I set the screw. Fucking rats in the fucking thingy. He said, oh, there's loads. I said, well, why don't you get a fucking rat catcher? He said, we have. I said, where is he? He said, next door to you, done 3 months for beating his wife up. So they had the bloke in the jail. It was the rat catcher with his, never had the fucking dog with him, but he was doing 3 months for beating his wife up. So I was fucking next door to him, fucking hilarious. I talked to him about it. Anyway, he was telling me the story. So this cat, the other one, this cat, I think it was just like a prison cat with nobody had it, didn't have it like rat catchers. It was just a cat. It used to do. So they had the dogs in there and stuff. So the dogs would be on lead and everything. So this cat, everyone loved it. They used to throw food out the window for it, throw crumbs out, throw like bits of chicken out the windows that on a Sunday. And everyone used to look out the window and I'd take because it was something to do and go, yeah, and all that. So somehow he enticed it into his pad, or he's got it in somehow. Sykes has got in his pad. So the cat wasn't seen for about 2 or 3 days. Nobody could see the cat. And this is Charlie Brunson telling the story. So everyone thought, has the cat died of old age? Has the cat been killed by one of the guards' dogs, one of the prison officers' dogs? Or has he just been, has he fucking been into a fight with all the rats that have attacked and killed him? So lo and behold, 2 days later, Paul Sykes comes out with a Davy Crocker hat on. He killed the cat and gutted it, pulled its guts out and everything, and made a hat out of its fucking thing, put a hat and walked out in the wing and thought it was clever. And so, what a fucking sick cunt. That makes me puke thinking that. If I was there, I'd smashed his fucking skull or whatever, the fucking noncy bastard. So anyone who works animals, it's a first sign of a sociopath, fucking serial rapist and a serial killer. He would have went on to rape and killed people because he loved jail. Why would he want to spend 21 years of his life in jail when he was very intelligent and he was very, very, he could box, he could make money, he could have made money off boxing. He's never going to be the world champion, never going to be there, whatever, but he still could have been made money. He could have been like a journeyman and made money out of it. He wanted to be in jail because he was like the shark, a predator. Once he was in that jail, there was all them little sharks, all them little baby sharks about, and he could do what he wanted because he was a bully and he loved being the bully. Outside, he couldn't be. Terry Mitchell was the one who smashed his fucking face in from Leeds, punched his fucking head off, did nothing about it because he was a coward. He would go up against people he knew he could fight. He'd have a go with somebody he thinks he could have 50-50. We'd never go up against somebody like me, Lee Duffy, Dave Garside, people like that who were top fighters. He wouldn't fight them. He kept away from them. But he was known for being a fucking bully, absolute bully. So that's what he done. Now, later on, when he was in with these schoolgirls, 1974, he fucking took off the 13, 14-year-old. So he got him with a 15-year-old. So he took the 15-year-old to Brighton with him. And they stayed with this couple for about 6 months. So one day they got up and they had a cat and he didn't gut it, he strangled the cat. That was the second cat what I knew he killed. So I knew he was a sociopath. That was Sykes. And I don't know if he's written in his book, I think he has. But he mentioned on the documentary that Sykes killed 2 different cats. So to kill an innocent fucking animal like that, you're fucking sick in the head. And for you to sit there laughing about the cat's being killed, which he did, he strangled the cat, and that fucking horrible face he's got. You're a twisted, evil man. Your wife's a fucking twisted. She's only gone out because she can't get anyone else. She can't get another man. That's why she's desperate with you. She met you on a dating site. She's desperate for someone, and when her full husband left her, she can't handle being rejected. So she can't handle the thought of losing you because you're an out-and-out nobody, a bum, a tramp. But she knows I'm safe with him because he can't get anyone else. That's what it is. I know psychology inside out. And when you're calling people, and throw the stuff at people, you're talking about yourself. You're the drug addict. You're the heroin addict. You're the smackhead. You're the fucking crackhead. Because all the videos are there about you. Everyone's seen you. We all know we've seen you. The ones when you're in London calling me a smacker, calling me a fucking retard and all that, and all the horrible words he's coming out with. But then when I'm getting better, and that's right, I'm prepared to fight, you've run away. You went and phoned the police on me, got the police on me again, but they couldn't do nothing. You tried to blame me, saying I was pegging it down the road. Shirley went, he was pegging it down the road. Then you turn around and said I couldn't in the house with a knife. Never had a knife in my life. Never been charged in my life with a weapon in my life. So why would I come to your house to a 13-year-old child to threaten with a knife? Get your son on the podcast and let's get it on. Get him on there. Let's see your son give the version of me come to your house with a knife and threatening him. Why don't you get the police to arrest me and get the police to get your son in and get your son to give evidence? Why don't you get your son to give evidence? Because he is not, is there? It's your version making it up to the police. But they're on to you because they've had him in. You're full of shit. And on the indictment, you turn on and said the indictment, sorry, on the statements, you said you never made statements against me. You've never done a statement in your life against me. Well, you've done multiple statements against me. You've had the police at my house. I've been to the police station twice, what people have seen. You've had the police at my house, the COVID police. It was all shit. You've had the police where I've had to go back down again. And you've had the police come to my house and got me arrested. And I've had to go in 5 times Stockton. And I've had to go in. I've been 3 times now with this new one that you've got me for. And they still haven't made no charges. It's over 5 months now. 6 months, I think it is, next month. So the time TikTok is ticking away now. So I'm going to be suing Cleveland Police for false arrest, false imprisonment. The way they arrested me, put me in the back of a van, paralysed, and they knew I was vulnerable because I went down there in my socks, couldn't walk, and they put that on the computer. So they'll get fucked on the codes of practice. If you have a code of practice and they break one, they break 2, they broke about 15 of those. They're fucked, and that's why Emma's complained to the police commissioner, and the commissioner's given us permission to investigate. There's going to be a massive investigation on Cleveland Police, what they've done to us. A massive one. They said there's no way in this God's green earth there's anyone not turn up for a 999 phone call when your house is on fire. And that's what they did in the Cleveland Police. They sat there and they wanted me to burn to death in this house. I know they wanted me to fucking burn to death. That's what they wanted. They wanted me out the way because I have that much information on you fucking dirty, low-life, fucking drug-dealing fucking takers, giving drugs to fucking convicts, people in the cells, vulnerable people, for confessions for crimes they've never done, so you could put the fucking crime rate down. And that's what you did, Cleveland Police, in the 90s, and the 80s, the 70s, and you're fucking still doing it now. The 21st century, you're fucking doing it. You're vermin. You're fucking vermin. You're known as Ben Coppers, all of you. That money has been kicked out. Chief inspectors, superintendents, fucking commissioners. They've all been kicked out for corruption, rapes and everything. Procedural rapists from Eastbourne. I think he got 25 or 30 years. I think it was 20. I'm sure it was 25. He lived next door to my mate. And he got nicked for multiple rapes of women, prostitutes he was raping for years and years. Because one from Redcar, and one from Newcastle, and one from Sunderland, and one from Stockton, one from somewhere else, made statements at all different police stations over a period of, say, 3 or 4 years. I thought, wait a minute, these don't even know each other, these. See, if it was like, say, me, Emma, Bobby, and Eli, even though, no, Eli can talk. He can talk better than you, Jamie. So Eli, the dog, can talk better than you. So you can understand Eli better than him. Of course you can. He talks to the shark. Anyway, fucking Natty Wilson. Anna said hello. Hello, Nana. I hope you're okay, the both of you. Got a bit dizzy there, mate. Neck still terrible. So you talk shit. So I've lost my story now. I've lost my fucking story now. I'm going to a thing and then I look at something and it's just gone. Fucking hell, wake up, will you? So yeah, he just talks shit about what's going to do and do this, and he's writing books that I say on Paul Sykes and saying he was this type of person, that type of person, that nothing was ever proven. Why did he get bad out of the city of Wakefield for doing what he did then if he never got convicted of nothing? Why did you turn around and say he had sex with 3 different teenagers and he got a 15-year-old pregnant? That's rape. Why did you turn around and say he was having sex with 2 13, 14-year-olds? Why did you turn around and say he killed 2 cats and start laughing at it? Why did you say he was having sex with them in jail and put the page 2 in the bum and bumming them from behind? That's all your words of all different documentaries from all over. You're obsessed. You're obsessed to try and make yourself famous. You're not famous. And what's going to happen? All your books, all your names coming off, isn't it? So Martin Joseph Turner book, going back to that, was given back to him, and they were given a contract to sign. Sean Atwood can verify this. He knows I'm not lying. Brenton can verify it, and Brenton said he'll give the book back, and that was about 8 months ago. And they're still having that old man. He's in his grave, gone, and they're still having the dignity to give the book back to the man so he can fucking change it. Because everyone's going to help them change it and put it back out for people. We've got to put a fund up for Marty's grandson to get some money towards to help them. And lo and behold, last night from nowhere, I never even on the hand of God, I've never met him, never spoke to the kid. He was there the day when I phoned up, and he heard me talking. So, I was crying. I'm not going to lie to you because I love Marty. Said he passed away, and I was like, "Oh, you're joking? You joking?" We went to the. I took him fucking scumbag for a meal with it, and we sat in there. I couldn't eat. Anniston House. It's like a Toby Carberry thing. And I was like, gutted. Anyway, I got a phone call. Fucking Marty out of the blue went, "Right, big guy, I haven't been well for a bit." He said, blah, blah, blah. I went, "Oh, where the fuck's..." He told me you were dead. And he said, "No, I was in hospital for 3 weeks. I died 3 times. They brought me back 3 times." And that 3 weeks, he changed the format of the book and put Lee in and everything, like I told you, and sold the book and kept every penny off him. So when Marty went down, I told you about the 50 books, what he had in the back of the vehicles. Him and Brenton Boyle were getting the books, pinching 50. Anyone, Richie Horsley's, all the others, Gary Fairby, even Gary come on and said he's fucking ripped me off. He hasn't paid me for over 2 years. Brian's telling the truth. Everyone's on you. So you're trying to pretend that I'm psychotic, I'm mental, I've lost the plot. No, I haven't lost the plot. You fucking stole off everyone. All you had to do is give me my money, what you owed me, give me the invoices to prove what you paid for me. But it was detrimental to you because you didn't want me to have the invoices. You didn't want me to have the proof because I'd be able to go to court and say to the judge there, yeah, that's what they owe me. And the judge would have given me it in the money court. But it's still going to happen because we're on with it now. It's in the American one's doing it, called Heather. Another girl's doing it from this end of the country. Last couple of weeks she's been there on holiday, so she comes back very soon. She's going to get back on with it. But they've said there, if we can give you the proof, if there's a court order which we've got and give them, and that court's ordering them to give us invoices, they have to give us invoices. Then we go to the bank and get the bank details, and then we go to the small claims court, give it to the judge. The judge has told me, "Come back, Mr. Cockerill, there's no time limit on you because you've been poorly. These have messed you about for 2.5 years, saying they had the invoices. It's very convenient," he said. The day of the trial, you've lost the invoices. Why didn't you say this 2.5 years ago? "Oh, we had them, but you've been saying this to Mr. Cockerill. I'll get you the invoices in 2 days. I'll get you the invoices in a week. I'll get you the invoices in 2 weeks." It's been going on now.
Breaking news.
Yeah, go on.
The failed author has a job moving chemicals or something in Thirsk. He got the job today.
Oh, he's got moving chemicals. He'd probably fucking drink them and sniff them. Sniffing the fucking tapes. Breaking news. The fake author's got a job in Thirsk. Well, I'm going to Thirsk looking for you. I'll make sure they give you the sack. Santa Claus. Fake authors on chemicals. Can you imagine the chemicals going missing? Where's that G476536 chemicals? No, don't with me. Fucking hell. Imagine putting him in charge of chemicals. Fucking hell. They'll be bankrupt in a week. Fucking hell. He's got the fake author. This is the so-called man who's doing the Paul Sykes movie. Has got a job in Thirsk as a chemical a chemical tester. We walk around like a fucking green slime money. I can't believe they put him in charge of chemicals. Please tell me it's not cocaine. But anyway, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. Tin foil. You'll have to wear the tin foil body to stop him getting exposed. Oh, fucking hell, I'm going, can't stop laughing. He's in charge of fucking chemicals in Thirsk. Well, that's North Yorkshire, Thirsk, isn't it? So we're on to you now. So, Northumbria. Hey, as Bull would say. Our little son. I haven't seen Bull. Fucking, what's going on with Bull? Seen Bull tonight. So, everyone's fucking laughing their heads off. Yeah, he did. He Gary Fairby knocked him clean out, sparked him in the ring when he fought him. Yeah, that's true. That. But what I'm saying is that whether you like him, you don't like him, what I'm saying is the justice. It's all the same people. Whether you like Tommy, Johnny doesn't like Andy, Andy doesn't like him. We're all brothers and sisters as well. We all have our own opinions. You can't make somebody like. I mean, I've got somebody like Johnny, and then Emma might not like Johnny. Then Emma might like, say, Sarah, and I don't like Sarah, but it doesn't mean to say I'm going to be polite or disrespectful to her. You know, they come and go, hey, you all right, love? I can't fucking stand it. But you be polite and stuff like that. So you just got to get on. But the thing is, in this world, good to hear. You imagine him in fucking charge of chemicals. Fucking hell. I wouldn't put him in charge of a fucking field, empty field. He'd eat the grass. He'll take anything to get off his head. I think it's hilarious. The fake author. I thought, where's your movie? Where's your movie, Paul Sykes? What have I got? He said to me, I've got £1 million movie. So the next day I said to him, I said to him Monday, I said, millions is a lot of money for a movie. It's good, but it's only going to be like a local like a movie where you're in your own area. It's not going to be like a big movie. He went, oh, they've given $1 million. So the next day he phoned me, oh, they've offered me $2 million now. I thought, well, who was it? He went, I'm sworn to secrecy. He said, you couldn't, you'd bust your fucking liver. You're kidding me? Well, they'd just fucking bust down there. You'd be down as a Frankenstein monster. They'll test him with all the drugs in him. Imagine him, he won't last in that job. Working in Thirsk as a fucking chemical worker, charging moving chemicals. Let's hope the fuckers fall on him. So Marty's grandson come on last night. So Marty, what he done? He did the book, and it was an idea he had, and he thought, I'll give it to my grandson, the money for when he leaves school. So we'll do that because he had cerebral palsy. So he did the book. So that was like a little golden cup thing, like for my grandson when he leaves school, he'll have some money, you see. So he put that away for him, and then he started giving the book to him, and he gave him £53, I think, £50.33 he's had in 4 years, I think it is. That's all that old man got, £53 all them years. And every time he took that scruffy, fat, smelly, dirty paedophile cunt out, he bought the meals for him. He paid for the pet. I mean, going to outwards and back was £140 and diesel because his Jeep was really expensive to drive there. So 70 quid it was, sorry, 70 quid. And he went twice, 140 quid paid. When I got the next time, Sean gave him the money. He was over the moon. But what he was doing, that sneaky bastard, he went to a place called Anston Hall, I think it's called. Very good friends of Kevin who had it. So I went and did a speech on the army lads. So I did the speech. I said, I don't want no money for this. He got 500 quid and pocketed the 250 quid of mine and kept the other 250 quid. He kept going in the corner out the way of me all night. And I did a speech on the army lads. I said, just give it to the charity of the army lads. He kept the money. I found out 3 days later after my mate, Dave, great friend of mine. And Dave said, Brian, you got to give him £500 between you. He robbed you 250 quid. That's how fucking snaky he is, a little dirty, horrible fucker. I don't know. But yeah, so 67 thumbs up. Don't forget to push the thumbs up. How are you guys? Lee Nettie Wilson. Safe, hangman. Hope you're okay. Yeah, I hope everyone's okay. Dodgy habit. That's why they're thinking. So anyway, he came on last night. He was talking to us. He was talking to women when we couldn't hear. He was saying, Brian and you give him a new lease of life on him because his last 3 years he was poorly with OCPD. I went to get him in the car and take him out. So he loved being with them because everyone was strong as well. We used to help him with the bottles and stuff. And we got a reg for the day. We got a Whitby. And we'd have a laugh. We'd giggle at him. He's going, babe, I'm going to pass out here. He'd make me laugh because I would tell him stories about things. He just loved it. And you give him a cuddle before he went there. He just was dead loved at this house. And his grandson said, you would never give him extra time. I think he would have passed away a lot earlier without that. Love what you was giving him and looked after him and give him joy because he used to love to come to see us. I love to speak to your son. If I'd be on the phone an hour, 2 hours to him and make sure he's all right, make sure he's getting out of bed and getting his food and stuff. And his daughter would go and see him, and his grandson and friends, and Robbo looked after him. Well, he looked after Robbo. But yeah, he was a lovely, lovely man. And that dirty bastard, 78-year-old, brilliant human being, loveliest man you could ever meet. And in his day, he could fight for fun. He was honestly could really fight. Beat all the top fighters in Middlesbrough. He was a fucking lovely man, but he was respected and honoured by everyone in the area. Until that dirty bastard comes along, robs him of his. He was only on a pension in the end, but that book would have made money for his grandson. And we did it, and we thought, well, help her, and I'll go to places, and I'll get on the podcast and all that, and I'll get it here for you. And Big Joey can go and help, and all the people go and help him. And that fucker robbed him and changed the book into his name, stole his book. So then the judge said to him, look, this isn't your book. He's got the original in the vault. So when he heard that, the judge, Brent, went, we'll just give him the book back, Your Honour. We'll give him it back. So he was ordered that day. So what they've done is they said, well, what you're going to have to do. So Kevin, who's been representing him, Kevin Brown, a very good, very clever man. He was in Parliament for 6 years, helping an MP from this area. And he knows the law. So Shelley went, I never lose. Well, if you never lose, Shelley, how come you know where your husband's working on fucking carrying chemicals about? You've been kicked out of your house and you're hiding in the middle of nowhere, fucking in charge of chemicals. So there's you in your book, Shelley. Shelley fucking bullshitter. Yeah, sat with fuck all, haven't you? You haven't got a carrot to scratch your ass with. Your whole house is gone. Every window's, we've been past there the other day. Every window's still smashed. There's nothing left. You tried to go to war with me. What's happened to you? You've got to the place and you still got no fairness. You've tried to have a bit of a gangster war. You felt the pieces as soon as people retaliated back towards you. Well, the people have come up and done things to you. So you've done a runner. You shit yourself and shit your pants. You firebombed my house. You smashed my windows twice. You've threatened to kill me. You threatened to fucking rape my wife. You know, I'm still here. I'm still in my own house. I've been here 30 years nearly. I'm still here. You're not here. I've been more than 30 years because I lived in your house for 4 years. So I'm about 30 or 31, 32 years I've been up here. So you, just a fucking divvy. Can't fight. You've got no backup and you've got no bottle. You're a shit house. You've never been in the fucking situations we've been in your life. You're a fucking coward. And as soon as anyone comes, look at that kid, 16, 17, 18-year-old kid, sparked you in the pub. You try to get him locked up, but all the travellers turned on you and you shit yourself. Been chased. Gone. You don't get no pies. How are you, Shelley, every day? I bet you she's fucking raging with you because she can't go to her favourite pie shop. But out of all the people in the world last night, I couldn't believe it. It was like, I thought, Jesus is real. I know that anyway, but dodge your habit. So, the idiot, Hugh Hardberg, we had City, Rock, he needs new shorts. Yeah, with his shorts on. I was padded up with an ass to go on, the house is on fire. Fucking hell. Yeah.
Guy's on.
Hello, Guy.
Remember the picture?
Oh, can you put the picture up? Can you put the picture up, someone? You've got to watch this fucking picture. It's unbelievable. It's tin foil, with a big bag of brown. It's like mixed these brown, it looks like, on a train. Honest to God, it's unbelievable. It's unreal. Big bag of fucking brown, it looks like. He's got here all mud. It looks like muddy brown when he's been making. And he's like that on a train. Big, he's got 18 clem. If he's on the, as you know, he can't afford these big tipples now. He can't get his champagne. He can't get his fucking whiskey. He's fucking all these special fucking brand names of alcohol. So that's what the bus driver put on. He saw bag full of bottles of cider. He's on the fucking cider. So he's on bottles of cider. He said he was coming on with the bag. He put the bag down. When I looked in the bag, it was all bottles of, the lids off them cheap fucking white. Is it something white lightning? I think. What the wild man used to drink that. So he's on the fucking white cider now, which is the cheapest drink you can get. That'll be the terp. That'll be the chemicals he's carrying around. The fucking terps he's got. It's on the methylated spirits. If he's sucking on fucking Shelley's fucking exhaust fumes off a car. Okay, now. So how mighty the fucking how thingy the mighty has fallen. Chemical. I told you that he'd be back in pushing trolleys in Tesco. But he's now fucking in charge of chemicals, moving chemicals in Wetherby. Where's it, Wetherby? Did you say Thirsk? Thirsk, that was at Thirsk. I know what Thirsk is. It's right next to Harrogate, isn't it? Where your mum lives, Shelley. And your sister, and your brother-in-law, and all the others. So all of them will see what he is now. Your whole family know what he is. Your own daughters know. They all know. And the sons already told them all what you are. Them people aren't stupid. Your sister and all them, and your mum and the dad and all them. They're not stupid. Your dad, they're clever people. They've got computers to level. Do you think they're going to just believe everything you say? They'll go, just go have a check to see if this is right. And they'll go, fuck it. And they'll look at him. I'll fight you. When there's a door. When there's a door, I'll fight you by it. Couldn't fight sleep. Emma would knock you out with a fucking jab. I'd rip your fucking face off.
Just organise it. I'll do it for any charity.
Yeah, Emma's calling you out for a fight 1-to-1 for charity.
All over and done with. I reckon I will
30 seconds.
within 30 seconds easier.
Emma wants to fight you 1-to-1 for charity in any ring or a street fight, anywhere you want to meet her. I'll come with her and back her up, right? You can bring who you want with you, right? And she will knock you clean out in 30 seconds. I'll put that down to 1,000,000%. 1 round will do for a 3-minute, 2-minute round. You couldn't even fight a girl. You're a coward. You're about wanting to rape her. Now, how are you going to rape her? You can't even fight, you daft cunt. How can you rape Emma when she knock you fucking clean out 1 punch? You're the shit house. You're always been a shit house, and you always will be. Your own father can't stand you. Your mum and your fucking family hate you. They absolutely hate you. They can't stand. The mum hides the kid, locks him out the house. Can't stand him in the house for stealing all the time. Paul Daniels, you're giving him one when you're the son. You're caught with him in bed by your dad. Fucking vile, you know. You like this, not a lot, but you like it. They're always called Paul. What the fuck's the obsession with Paul? It's always Paul, isn't it? They're all called Paul. Fucking hell. Nothing called Peter. Fucking hell, it's all Paul. It's obsessed with Paul. He said the best person I had a crush on was John Pierce. What do you mean crush? I used to watch him get changed in the showers. John Pierce was the world champion lightweight or middleweight, I think, boxer, amateur. Really good. He fought at Matty's. And he used to say when he used to get in the showers when I was 13, I had a crush on you. I used to meet on about watching him down below his thing. Fucking vile. John said, I'm going to fucking spark him when I see him. Oh, everywhere he goes. Dennis Powers people, he can't go there. They chased him out of there. He stole out of the boxing gym. He stole another box where you put the money in.
Doesn't know Cockerill is in the chat. Cockerill is the mother of Lee Duffy's children who was also tortured by them. Who they've also took her video down from New Year, but that won't stop us because we'll do a better one.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Well, everyone's seen it, you see. Everyone knows he can't handle it. So he's still waiting to get our channel taken down. But that's what he does. He can't beat you. He can't fight me, right? He can't beat me with water words because he's not clever enough. He can't beat me with the gangster world because I'd just wipe him out in 2 fucking seconds if I brought my own team in. It'd be enough. You'd be gone. Would never be seen again.
It's just saying here, right? They've got that Rumble where you can say what you want. It's free speech.
Yeah.
Right. It pays more than YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Just transfer all the videos over.
That's all I'm going to do. Yeah. And when I go in there, I'll tell them everything about you. How many fucking people you have been bumming.
So please
get me took down. Please, because all the ones you've been bumming all the other kids on, all the other people, I'm going to tell the fucking lot, all the names, the addresses, the lot. I'll even have them come on my show and you fucking destroy you. I've got the people you threaten to kill the granddaughters where you went to burn people's house. I'm going to burn your house down, your kids in it. I'm going to burn your caravan down, your little kids in it. Grandkids, 4 and 5-year-old little daughters who's going to burn the fucking caravan down. It was our friend Dave Thomas. I'm coming with Brian now. Brian's going to knock you out and I'm going to make you the most famous man in the world. I'm going to light you up on the camera and it's going to go over the world. You threatened for me to beat Dave up, who was Lee Duffy's best friend, because he wouldn't give you any stories. And Dave was going to get the police, but he texted Emma. And Emma went, Brian fucking thinks the world of you, Dave. Come to the house, Dave, come to the house tonight. He went, oh, fucking shit you out. But I said, Dave, it's that crank. He's a fucking crank. He's like, come give me a cuddle. Love this man you could ever meet. And he said it to him. He said, he's hot. He's fucking horrible. He said, I had my granddaughters there. I was petrified. I said, Dave, you know, I said, I know, but I was just like, he gets in your head, doesn't he? I said, yeah, he's a fucking horrible little earworm, like Vulture said. See, what's happening now is he can't come back to Teesside. Now I'm going to have to see the Thirst lads and have a little word with them now. Get him moved from there now. Because they'll move. As soon as they find out where he is, the people down there, they'll move him out. So police officers, go fuck yourself. No matter where you hide him, we'll find him. You'll be found wanting. And what can you do, fucking PC plod? Fuck all if I go and tell people what somebody is. Neither Nelson's Nana would beat him up. Nana would beat him up for me. She would. She'd knock him out with her jab. Bang, come on. It's 142 on. So poor Marty Turner is gone, but we're going to keep fighting for him. But that book was given on my brother's life, on my grave, sorry, and Emma's life, and all yous. That book was given back to Matty Joseph Turner, and they were in the position where they were going to give the book back, but they started being twisted fuckers like Brenton. So that book, Brenton, get fucking sent back to fucking Kevin, because that book's not your fucking book. You've stole the book. You're a fucking thief. I'm calling you a thief, Brenton, to your face. You're a fucking thief. You're a con man. You're a thief, and you're known as after daily Pontefract, and that's what you do. You con people thinking, oh, they can't read and write properly, so they won't be able to find out. But you didn't realise, obviously, when Emma come along, she said, can I have a word with you? I said, what? She went, I can't stand him. It meant Andy's wife, there's something wrong about them both. She said, I've just got a gut feeling. My Uncle Tam said it, my Uncle Frank said it, my Uncle John said it. He's a fucking slime ball, and get away from him. He's a fucking snake. You can see you can see it's all about him. Everything he talks, me. And really, when you go on, like Stephen Ray said, I wouldn't talk about myself. I'll talk about you, Brian. You're the subject. Without you doing the book, I would have made this money. I'm grateful. Steve said, it's a great book what we've done, and it's done really well. It sold about 1,500 copies. And that daft cunt's trying to tell me we've only sold 200 of the Resurrection. But I hadn't done a book for 18 years. First book in 16 years, I think it was, I hadn't done a book for. So people were dying to get the book. But people said, I can't wait to get this book. It's going to be great. But it was my book. And he went and put loads of shit in it. I never got to proofread that book. So when I get it back, I'm going to dissect it all out, take the shite out, take the Paul Sykes who's coming straight off. That's how you know I never got to proofread it. You know I can't fucking stand paedophiles. So why would I let Paul Sykes be in my book with his name? Get this book as well as Brian Cockerill's. I didn't even see that book. So it was by the time I got that book and I read about 6 pages, I have not read that book. My friend Tony, who was a boxing lad, went, did you write that book, Brian? I said, it's not even your words. And I had, you can tell it was Shirley writing it, putting their spin on it. Because she's Rannigan. She thinks she's the queen. Fucking Beluto. Big fucking Beluto she is. Let's see what and the son's been embarrassed. Do you imagine they go when the people in Thirst find out what he is, and all the people find out, like all the people in Stokesay have chased him, all the people in Middlesbrough chased him, the Redcar people, the people in fucking Hartlepool, Stockton, Billingham, fucking everywhere you can go in Teesside, you can't come back. Finished. Try to destroy me. I get called a legend here, Jamie. You get called a paedophile, a little nonce, a little con man, a little upstart, a trouble causer, a police informant, and a snitch. Is there any more you want to tell me? You're known as a snitch. You've always been a snitch all of your life. And there's no big It's like, you're that. Oh, Emma! Well, the bus driver said to me the other week, he said, he got on the bus and he went, I'm Jamie, dang, his fucking name. I'm the best author ever. I'm this. I'm going to be telling you something. I've got a massive project. It's going to be in all the papers soon. You're going to read about the great author. You're going to read about me. I'm going to be in all the papers the next few weeks. Well, that's the great news. Breaking news. He's now moving chemicals from Thirsk and living in Thirsk. That's the breaking news. That's great news for us. Sam Westall. You good, Steve, brother. Steve Mack, how you son? He's gone. He's working. Say they put him in charge of chemicals. I don't know if you've just heard. He's been put in charge of chemicals. Fucking hell, imagine putting him in charge of chemicals. He's moving chemicals from a place in Thirsk. Just down the road where I've got very good friends down there, mate. Especially Leeds and that way. I had to run the whole of Leeds. I fucking ran the loads of them. I was in jail with them and that. And I used to work with them in the 90s and late 90s. Very, very good friends. Really naughty people down that way. Really naughty. I'll just be having a little word with them to see if they can find out what's going on. I'll just have a night out down there with them. In charge of chemicals. I wouldn't give them in charge of fucking boat polish. You're sniffing that. Honest to God. I've seen the fucking state of him. There's a picture of him up today. It's terrible. Terrible. So please take my channel down because I'll go and rumble. You get more money. Right? You get more. You can say what you fucking want on there. And you can put the proof out there and they can't do it now. It's American channel. It's just come out. Got a few people who are on it. So I'm not bothered if you get me took down. I don't give a fuck. I've taken you down from all your books are gone. Where's your books gone? Where's your War Cry Publishing, War Cry Press now? Hey, as the Bull says, Irish Bull. Have a look at Irish Bull's channel and you'll see the pictures of me. He looks like a fucking dead corpse. There's pictures of him there. Fucking hell, man. How anyone's give him a job. Probably got him with a fucking Paul Sykes mask on. Fucking hell. Paul Sykes, you could see he was a bully on there, shouting at his kids and threatening them and hitting his own kids. Oh, that was made up. He said that was all pretend that for the cameras. No, it wasn't. He was a fucking bullying bastard. Always hitting the kids. That's why all his kids are in jail for murder. They're all doing life for murder. Weirdos. And his son, the other one, is a bully. He's been through red hot water and sugar and red hot butter and that on him about 3 or 4 times. A pure bully he was when he was in there army. So that's battered fuck out of him. Another bully just like him. Hey, Carol, the only great thing here, one thing that's happened was all of us on here, like Carol Edmonds, Steve Mack and Dave Wilkins, we've all got together and we've all one common enemy is that dirty bastard. And it's always on about raping people's kids, bumming people's dogs, burning people's houses down. Why can't you? You're supposed to be the CBA fucking champion, all this fucking shite. Come and meet me, right? Virtually fucking crippled. I'll still beat you anywhere you want because you're a fucking shitbag. You've run away from my area where every fucking knows me. No one will back you up against me. You haven't got a fucking cat and mouse chance. You fucking clown. Absolute fucking idiot. Ten pages on. What age could you him on the second stink? Advantage he could stink him out in second. Yeah, he's fucking. I'd knock him out with a slap, not even a punch. One slap, I'd take his fucking head clean off. So you've said all these things 3 years ago. If you have a look, Jamie Boyle's talking about Brian Cockerill's new book. Have a watch. He's got a t-shirt in that colour, greeny that colour. Well, he's gone, Brian was the best fighter ever. Brian's a lovely man. Brian would never hurt innocent people. That's your words. Your words 3 years ago. That was because you were doing the book with me. And you tell me maybe 3.5 years ago now. And you if you have a look at the guys, you'll see they're totally different, contradicting his fucking self, word for word. And Brian was the biggest thing ever. He was upbeat, bigger than anyone. His name was on everyone's lips. Everyone knew him. He was the law in this area. He was the law. But now he's going, oh, Brian only made his reputation. That's what he's put on the day. Sorry, he's put on my comments. You'll see it. Brian Cockerill made his reputation beating up old women in the markets. That's how you know he's fucking deranged in the head. When everyone knows I was fighting proper people and getting these legendary fights. If I was like that, people like Steve Mack and all, they wouldn't even fucking talk to me. Wouldn't talk to somebody who beat old women up. That's how the rules. That's how mentally insane you are. You're trying to get people to believe shite that's just made up lies. What you do, because you're a bullshitting cunt and you can't fight, and that's why you're hiding. You're hiding with the police. Hello, police officer with him. Are you still hiding? You ran in the house when the travellers come to smash all your windows. You ran in your house. So you're in your room. You ran up the fucking stairs and left your wife downstairs in the living room, and your son barricaded yourself in the door. Put your feet behind the fucking door, pushed the door out with your feet, and barricaded the room, and locked your wife and kid downstairs. Help! Help! Screaming like a fucking pig on the phone to the police. Again, got speed dials on your number. What they're going to do? They're going to put you in another safe house somewhere. You're going to end up in fucking. You're going to end up in fucking Mars or something. They're going to keep moving you. This is 9 moves in 13 years or 12 years. 12 or 13 years. You've had 9 moves you've had by the police. Everywhere you go, you're just a police informant. Everywhere you go, you cause trouble. You only last 6 months and everyone finds out where you're at because you can't shut your mouth up. I'm Jamie, the greatest author, the great Houdini. Fucking, you're absolutely deranged. You think you're him off, remember the behind the fucking Wizard of Oz. I am the great Wizard of Oz. And then when the curtain opens up, there's fucking you stuck there with your fucking bullshit. It's pure shit. Everything you talk about, shit. I know this fighter and I know that one. Or I'm going to be, where's this great? Is this the great job that you tell everyone we're getting on the bus? I'm the great author. I'm in every paper. No, you're not. You're a fucking idiot. And that's why no one wants to buy your books. Your books are stopped. There's no books. But believe me, you'll never write another book in your life. Jack the Ripper. Who the fuck's going to believe your books? Jack the Ripper's from Middlesbrough. Fucking crackers. If you're from Middlesbrough, you'd be telling everyone where it was and where he was and what his name was. I mean, because you have to know you're the greatest. I'm the great Abbasini, the great genie. Fucking Bellender. Bellender's you. Torturing people like Dougie Joyce and them. What happens when they bump into you? What happens to people like Dougie Joyce's family? His family bump into you. Fucking massive family. No matter where you go, you're in fucking trouble. Everywhere you go, you cause trouble. What happens if you got Newcastle? The people there, they'll fucking destroy you. People in Leeds can't stand you. People everywhere can't stand you. You hated when you went to Bishop Auckland with me. They were booing you off the fucking stage. I mean, Bobby had to fucking get you out of the club. They're going to kill you. All the travellers turned on you. The lads from Hartlepool turned on you. Because what did you talk about? Does anyone know Paul Sykes? That's what you do. You're obsessed. All you're going about is bumming people. I'm going to bum your dog. I'm going to bum you this. I'm going to bum you that. You're just fucking mental. And all that shit. You just pretenderchat.com thinking that's you. That's you. You're pornographic. That's what you were doing to Matty Turner. Sending things like that. What we're even disgusting for. You do it with Terry every day of the week. You're mentally disturbed. You see this. You need fucking sections. For the safety of your family and the safety of you, you need putting in a nut house. You really need sections. I've been to loads of places where my brother has been sectioned. He's been pulling. I've been with people I know, his friends who have been sectioned. I've done this for like 30 fucking years, helping people. My mum's been fucking mentally ill and things like that over the years. And I've helped them. And I've helped people who've been really poorly in jail and stuff. I know when somebody's definitely psychotic, but you're not just psychotic. You're evil with it. You're like a serial killer. You want to hurt things. You want to hurt people. You want to bum people's dogs and rape their dogs, cut Eli's head off. Who should we kill first? Eli and cut his head off and bum him? Or should we kill Brian and bum him? Or should we kill Emma? Which one should we pick? Putting poles up like that? You're not right in the fucking head. You're totally deranged. You're totally psychotic. How the fuck you're looking after in Cleveland Police? You are definitely a fucking disgrace, Hughes. You're a disgrace. Because if something happens to someone, I'm blaming you, Cleveland Police. I'm fucking blaming you. Because you are a fucking disgrace what you're doing. Sticking up with a scumbag like that. He goes in and fucking tries to burn me house or tries to kill me in a fire. And what did you do? You had him in 19 days after the incident. You had him come in the police station. I can prove this. You don't know, but if someone on here can back me up 100%, I can fuck you, Cleveland Police, for this. You pulled him in and said, we'll just arrest. You're under arrest for a suspicion of criminal damage. Criminal damage. He set me house alight. He set the fucking bombed my car. Everybody's one of these little 15, 16-year-old fucking kids done it. But they've been taken care of, haven't they? And you're scared in case the same things that happens to you, what's happened to them. That's why you shite yourself. So anyway, you fucking, you've done that. And you shit yourself because you think that's going to happen to you. But the police took you in. Now, anyone who'd done that, say after one when they smashed or two, they'd have to act on it. So if we had information or somebody give information, we think it's him, they would go, like they've done with me. You'll give them information saying, I've done these things to you. They come straight away and arrested me. 15, 16, 17 fucking coppers come, which I can prove to you. Because the manifesto will come back and I'll prove to you because we're all over the place. We're all at the bottom of our response. There was ones at the top. You never seen all these. You only see the ones on the vehicles going by because the camera moves where the camera car goes. There was other cars behind the other vehicles right down the fucking street. So, but when I get the manifest off the cops, it'll tell you how many cops come. Our response didn't have the full guns out, but they had the weapons on two of them. One had the left gun and one had the right. And the reason why they do that, one's at one side of the house and one's at the other side. You've got a left-handed and a right-handed side. I was onto that straight away. And there was two with tasers and two with fucking CS gas. Two women, but I didn't cause trouble. I got arrested. Tiptoeing down the cell for calling you tinfoil. All that. How the fuck's any jury going to convict me for that? How's any judge going to let that go to court and say, wait a minute, you've got in there for calling him tinfoil. Tinfoil. And for using the words tinfoil. So that's what I'm going to be charged for. Going to court. I'm going to, it's Brian Cockerill, you're under arrest for calling him tinfoil because it gives him due alarm and due stress and fear. I said, what do you think? It gives my wife when he threatened to burn the house down. And I've got the proof on the fucking phones of him doing it. No, I didn't want to know, did you? What about the time when he's got Simon Ambler offered him out? Here's what to do. Got all that screenshots, got all them screenshots, got all the stuff. Threatened to burn the house down, threatened to kill me, threatened to kill my brother. Didn't want to know. So when he went to the police station, they arrested him, said, you're under arrest for attempted criminal damage. You fucking petrol bombed the house and put an explosive device in my fucking car. Criminal damage. Are you seriously fucking under the 1888 Act? He should have been in charge for that. 1888. That's what it is. The bombs, explosive devices. That's what they were. So you had him in 10 minutes. You interviewed him, right? You interviewed him whilst you were looking to see if he sent anyone to me out or there was any messages. You give him 19 days to clean his house, which means all his phones and everything were clean by then. So that's why we know you're working with the Cleveland police. So you had him in the police station. While you were interviewing, you interviewed him. You actually looked at the phone. Now, that's not protocol. What protocol is when you get nicked, when I got nicked, they come here. You had the warrants, there it is there. You had the warrants, there it is there, the yellow warrants. But it took 7 devices, right? Took them. You should have went to Jamie's house, arrested him, took all his devices out of his house, took the router out of the wall, like you've done with everyone mine, took it, then went into the office where the desk sergeant is and said, look, we need to take these out. All right, you have to sign for them like I did. And all my devices were sent off to Weatherby. I go to Weatherby, which is where logistics fingerprint, it's called. Logistics means talking. And they check everything. So they'll put down all my stuff like I'm supposed to have done to you. Now, what you're doing is you've been texting me off fake accounts. You're going to do this and you're going to burn the house down. I'll smash your face and you fat, stupid cunt. I don't you fucking scruffy cunt. But you're coming under, say, Tommy Smith. So Tommy Smith sending that message to me, but it's you. How can you then say to the police, well, that's me pretending to be Tommy Smith sent to Brian Cockerill? Well, that's not. It's called inadmissible in court. You have to be text from somebody's phone directly from my phone to your phone for it to be irrefutable evidence, it's called. You have to have that. If you haven't, and you've been texting off other emails and saying this is you, and you haven't even not sent an email, but say you were sending fake accounts, like Tracy Smith, and it's really you, and I say, I know it's you, pretend to be her. I can't get done because I'm texting Tracy Smith. You fucking moron, you don't know the law. So it's not malicious unless I'm texting it to you directly or slandering you with words and it's made up. Now, all the things I've said tonight all can be verified on different podcasts what you're on. So Emma's just going to send all the images and all the stuff to the podcast, YouTube, people, when you start doing your little games. I'll let them see what they're doing. But we're not fucking bothered if you take the channel, to be quite honest. So I'll be happy because I'll be able to say what I want. If I say anything I fucking want, even Cleveland Police, I'm going to fucking wipe the floor with you when I get it. And you can't take it down. I'm going to wipe the fucking floor with you. You fucking dirty lowlights. I know all the corrupt things you've done. I know what coppers were taking money. I know what coppers were getting paid. I know which coppers were on crack. I know which coppers were on heroin. I know which coppers were in rehabs. I've got the fucking lot. Believe me. You horrible cunts. Protecting a man who was threatening to rape people's animals and rape people's wives. Kill children, rape children. You're fucking not right in the fucking head. You're protecting a noncy, dirty little fucking pedo. That's all he is. Fucking little pedo. Weirdo pedo. That's exactly what he's. Subaru guy. So you keep doing your stuff, Jamie, with your stupid fake accounts. The police can't do fuck all because I've already spoke to instructing barristers, instructing solicitors. I've spoke to MP, we've spoke to MPs, so members of Parliament. We've spoke to councillors. The council, like the people of the not council, it calls it council, councillor. We spoke to an MP. We have spoken to an MP. She spoke to the Ingleby Barwick MP, Emma, and they said the same. It's disgusting. That 99 phone call with your phone number, they should have come straight out, especially when fire something's been like anything to do with pyrotechnics, which is explosives. They should have been out straight away, and they should have took all the devices away. Now, Cleveland Police, there's another thing you fucked up with. You never even came out and checked my car. I had a smoke bomb through into it. It had an unexploded homemade bomb in my car, and you never even came out to make it safe. You should have had someone out to take that and make it safe, and you should have took down all them the fireworks numbers. You should have taken all them down. You could have found them, because you can test them where they've come from. Say they came from Holland. The person who buys them, I think you have to be 18 or 21. You'd have to give ID. You'd have to give your name and address, and you'd have to give your fucking license or your passport when you buy the explosives, because I've checked it out. So when you make an explosive and you put a fuse on it, that's a bomb. That's a homemade bomb. You've covered up a terrorism act. Even the Gazette put it in. You've covered up a terrorism act, Cleveland Police. You are fucking a disgrace. All because of a piece of shit. A noncy piece of shit. You've done all this. All this fucking millions of pounds it's probably costing. Millions of pounds for a piece of dog shit who could have went to people who are starving on the fucking streets. A piece of dog shit you're moving about from place to place, grassing people up. You're a fucking disgrace, an absolute disgrace. And I hope people out there, people who are high up are listening to it. He's getting protection. He's deliberately goading people, threatening to fight them. And when people go to fight him, like he did with Steve, went to see him about calling his relation, and then went straight to the police and got him arrested. Now that had the fucking right to say, what you saying about this person, what you saying about that person, you're a fucking scumbag, and that's what you do. You're enticing people in, and then you're fucking getting people locked up, and then you're recording people for the double jeopardy law. You're trying to get people jail for things they've done 20, 30 years ago. You did it with me, tried it with me. I knew what you were up to. I could see right through you. I could see through you. Saying, who killed this one? Who killed? I said, I don't kill him. I'm going to fucking clue. He said he did it, and there's that one, and there's that one. That's thousands of people have been. And you pretended that you had the recordings of me. You lied for fucking 2.5, 3 years to the public that you had recorded of me speaking about the 5th grade murder, when all along you had fuck all. Paddy Conroy out with you and said, come on my channel. And come on, I thought, fucking great. Come on, come with your fucking sort. The tinfoil tapes, you kept calling them. Every week you were blackmailing me and blackmailing me and blackmailing me. I'm going to put these out. Well, that's Julie, I'm in distress and fear if you don't understand that one. That's pure blackmail. And it's pure malicious communication and threats. So you did the same with the Lee Duffy book. If you don't do what I say in this book, Shelley said, I'm going to put your argument, because Jamie, when he borrowed the phone off Emma, you were arguing, and you didn't know that Jamie downloaded the argument between you and Emma and sent it to me, and I've got all the information when you called my name and she was calling you and this, that, and the other one. So I said, well, so fucking what? Every couple fights, Shelley, do you want, you fat cunt? Do you want, you big fat smelly bastard? I said, don't you want, you fucking horrible cunt you are? Don't you want? So that's how low they are to go. So they're supposed to be friends of you. They're putting your phone, then sending all the messages off your phone to him, so they've got leverage in the future. She'd done that. That was about 1.5 years before he come out with it. So all that time he knew 1.5 years before that we've got something on them. All it wasn't me. Them like, fuck off you, that country. Well, you fuck up, you divvy. You know, like everyone argues. But fatty fucking Yates, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to, well, do what you want. Put your fucking stupid fucking, who gives a fuck what two people are arguing about? And then you're going to look good when this goes up. Well, Emma said, well, put it on then. Put it on, you fat cunt. And then you started trying to threaten Emma, and Emma said, hey, I'll meet you anyway, you fat bastard. You went, you're threatening me, I'm getting the police. You started crying like a little fat cunt, didn't you? And then you went, please don't give it away, please. I said, why are you going to give it away? It's 3 months of hard work. We've had all this work we've done for 3 months. I went, yeah, I'm giving it away because it's my fucking friend, Lee Duffy. I'll give you double the money. I said, I don't want the money. I'd rather have the fucking dignity and pride. I don't want the money about fucking Lee. I want the no lies about him. And it was my book, not your book, to put your own spin in it. I wanted my fucking story in it, not yours. And that's what you do with everyone. You're fucking horrible. You take the books and pretend, oh, if it doesn't get done today, bro, it's going to go away 3 or 4, 5, 6 months before you get it printed, because there's a backlog of loads of books. You just tell lies all the time. And when you ask for invoices, oh, next month you'll get it, and next month. And that went on for about 6 months, 7 months. And in the end, I went to court. I won you that court, and you say, now you're saying pretend it never went to court. You're a fucking crank. Now you can, where's your chemicals? Now you'll be getting nicked for chemicals of mass destruction. You're fucking crank, absolute crank. Freedom! So the fucking crank, 77 on, come on, 77. 117 on, 170. Why I'm doing that, it's a weird city, where my hands are fucking virtually paralysed, and my hands there, I can open them, and my blood's not controlled, my blood's not flowing properly, my hands with the nerve damage, and the 6 vertebrae I'd replaced in my neck, and 2 titanium rods with nuts and bolts. So my hand is hit. Back of my hand, I can't feel that. I could stab that with a knife, and you couldn't even feel it. Nothing. So that's why my hand, I'm doing that, because my hand's not, the blood's not running properly. So I'm trying to keep the blood running. So my hands are freezing cold, like they're in the fridge all the time. It's like my hands are trapped in the door, that type of pain. It's like getting your hand trapped in the door, and you go, and then, but it's constantly trapped in the door like that. So, because there's not enough blood running. So my cousin's coming. She's does all that massage and stuff, and she's going to help with my neck. So this runs properly. Pins and needles in my hand fucking day and night. So that's why I do that thing, to try and keep the blood moving in my hand. This one's numb, probably 20% numb, 30%, but this one's about 70%. Sometimes it's 80%. You just can't sleep with it sometimes. Change it to rat. What's that mean? He has 255 followers. I have 450. Laugh out loud. Yee, busies. Beating the busies. Sound does the sound as you beating the busies. Yeah. He's the author down south does the same as you beating the busies. He's the author down south does the same as you beating the busies. I'm lost for that one. But I'm clue. Too bro. Hold on. Yeah, I got jailed for having fireworks. It was classed as under this. What's that? Yeah, it's called the 1818. If I'm right, 1818 misuse of fireworks or misuse of explosives. Yeah, it was. You're right, mate. Explosive. I know another lad who got jailed for just throwing a firework in the street. You're not allowed to throw fireworks. Though, the old days we used to throw bangers and that. It's a criminal offence to throw an explosive device in the street. And when we were selling books, that scumbag phoned the police up and said, "Oh, he's got fireworks in the car, so the armed response come and everything." Put me and Emma and Bobby went, "We're selling books." He went, "Oh," said somebody's phoned up. I said, "Fucking, I knew it was that fat cunt again, Fatty Yakes. I can't wait to see some girl kick her fucking cunt in. I really can't wait. Really can't wait. Kendra was going to punch her fucking head and she shit herself, the fat cunt. Her day's coming. Their days are numbered now. People don't give a fuck no more. They don't give a shit. Fatty hates. Big fat fucking pudding she is. He's bullying me, my son. He's making me take coke on Christmas Day. I'm really sick of him. He's a bully. And I've got all the screenshots from the night at the I've got all the screenshots on my phone. And has. Is he done it again? Is he on the drugs all the time? Everyone's texting me with pictures of him. He's completely off his head and drugs. He always does this. He ruined everything. And he was texting me all the next day, "Please give us a second chance. Can you give him another chance?" And he's in the bedroom for 4 days, so I'll give him a second chance. He's done it fucking again. 3 chances I give him, all in. And he did it again and again and again. I said, "Nah, that's it, no more now." When he laughed at Paul Sykes having sex with young boys and laughed at young girls getting raped, it was the day, it was June, this time of the year. June, July coming up, I think, maybe. And we went to Jimmy O's and did it. I didn't mind Jimmy O, tell you the truth, but he said, Jimmy O said, the best person I ever interviewed was Brian Cockerill. He was the nicest man I ever come across. Obviously, that could twisted things with him. I ended up falling out with him over it. But I realised it was, I think Jimmy O said to Steve Topic Talk, "I've been used in this as a rouge." He said, "Jamie and Shirley have used me to bully Brian Cockerill and try and get the channels took down. Bully you to get your channel." So you got your channel took, that's the official Topic Talk. So he then went and seen Shirley about it. And all some strange reason, all 3 channels all went back on official Topic Talks after he spoke to Shirley, because Doyle was down London with Sean Atwood at the time. I don't know what they were doing down there, but he was there. Yeah, that's why I refuse to pay. I don't pay council tax. I said the reason I don't pay council tax, I don't agree with giving the police anything because I can't stand the cunts. And also, I want to know if you can give me a breakdown on how much council tax goes to paedophiles to help them. They go, "Well, we can't give you that." I said, "Well, I'm not paying you. Fuck you, you're getting out. Getting fuck all. They can't do a fucking thing about it. Nothing. They have to give you the fundamental right you've got to ask them where does the money go to what you give. They can't give you that fucking explanation, so you don't have to pay it. Go fuck you, you're getting out off me. Beating my door, bailiffs, everything. I'll get the fucking police. They're going, "Oh, what it is, because when the section desk," listen, shut the fuck up, talking shit to me, you PC fucking divvy cunt. I just talk like shit, can't stand the cunts. I really can't. I say, "This is my house, this now. Fuck off, get off my." I will get now. What you can do, you can actually get no access. So your land then becomes private. You can put that as private land. No one's allowed to come in this land here. Not allowed to come. The only way they can get on there is if they have a proper court order from the judge signed. These fucking Mickey Mouse television ones are all lies. Check it out. It's all lies. There's no fucking way you have to pay for a TV license when it's Mickey Mouse, fucking one of them, a rubber stamp. It has to be signed by the judge on the day. What they do is they hire a courtroom for 3 hours and they get about 500 staff. He'd be there all day to sign his signature. So they've got to one of them stamping all day long. That's all he does, and he gets paid £200-300. They rent a room in the courts. It's not real. And when you phone up with this stamped one, you phone them up and say, "Listen, my name's such and such. I live at blah 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 blah. Is this such and such? It's serial number, reference number 5737C64. We've got nothing there in the courts. They didn't ring with another one. They can't do you in private car parks either. I phoned up and I said, look, I've got a 1 year. I've got to pay this. I've been told. Marsden bailiffs. I phoned them and give them the reference to me. Said, Mr. Cockerill, there's no such number. We haven't got nothing. I said, well, how would I know? Would it be in the courts? Well, the courts give it to us to come out and collect it. So this here, it's come from whoever. It's not us. So he's pretending they were bailiffs. He said, we're the ones who collect in the area, this area, Marsden bailiffs. So these aren't real. These are just, it's a bogus thing. The courts actually do it. And he told me, the bailiff, he told me on the phone, he said, it's just rubber stamped. And I spoke, my other mate works in the courts. He's worked for years, Steve, they call him. He's a not a bodyguard, he used to you know, to stop the trouble in there. And good lad, him and his missus both worked there. And they said, all them are just Mickey Mouse. He said, you don't have to fucking pay it out. He said, the television company, all you turn around to the television company, I don't watch live BBC programmes, and you're exempt. All you have to do is phone them up, talk to them, to say, I don't watch live BBC programmes. You don't have to pay any whatsoever. What you can do is you can watch recorded ones. So if it's live, say it's like EastEnders live, you're watching it, you can get done. But if you record EastEnders, then watch it later, you can't do fuck all. So if they're catching, say, I've just seen you watching EastEnders, what you turn on and say, yeah, on video. And if they say, can I come in? You say, no, you can't. Because if you say to them, you can come in, you're opening the door, it means you open a contract for them to come in. So once you say you can come in, you've opened a contract then with them. So you don't let them in your house. Never let them in your house. They haven't got the fucking right to come in. The police come with them and it's all the shit. Trust me. There's a black lad on. He doesn't half wipe the floor. I think he's from Manchester. Where show me the proof. Now we went and then this cop was stood there like a fucking clown. The black lad goes, fucking really clever lad, big lad, big lump of a lad. Wipes the floor with him on. It's on the YouTube. And promise you now, it'll save you all that money. I don't know, it's 156 quid a year. You tell them you do not watch live BBC programmes. You only watch recordings and you watch DVDs. They can't do a thing, I promise you, on my brother's grave. They can't do a thing to you. They can't make you pay for it because you're not watching live stuff. So it's the BBC who charge you. So you're allowed to watch any other programmes, what you want. But you just say, I don't watch live. And if you do want to watch them, record them and then watch them later on. Can't do a thing. Trust me, phone them up and tell them that if I'm right. You'll save your money. 156 quid a year, I think it is. 160 quid a year. Even I think I never fucking get. What do you mean you want to come in? And there's because you know in the city, we've got a van with a detector van. How the fuck? Look, say they went in a place in London where there's fucking 1,000 flats. How can that pick up one signal? When there's 1,000 signals off 1,000 fucking tellies, probably each house has got 3 tellies, so there's probably 3,000 signals. You're telling me they can pinpoint one house at a time? Well, that one's got a telly on, that one hasn't. When the same imminent means it's a signal being sent, the VH frequency sent to 3,000 tellies in that block. They can't decipher which ones which. What they do is they go on the poll tax, they go on your council tax, and they go on your living there. So who lives there? Council tax. Oh, Tommy Smith. Once you register your council tax, you're fucked because they know you live there. If you don't register it, don't put your name to say, the owner's out at the moment. Just keep saying that every time they come to the door. Oh, the owner's out at the moment. Oh, my brother's is not here. And I can't give you that name. And blah. You keep saying that. You never, ever register where you say you move and you stay in a block of flats. Don't give me your name. Just don't. You don't have to give me your name. But as soon as you give your name, you're down with the council tax, you're down with the television, you're down with the fucking BBC, the lot. And that's how they catch you. So they send out by the postcode your area, and they send it saying, by the way, we have, and what they do is they have like these fucking divvies. My mate also used to work for them. So he said, council, he's off to the door. He went, television man. I went, oh, what you doing, you cunt on here? And he was laughing. I went, you haven't got a thing, have you? I went, no. I said, how did they catch you? Like, he went, with the, I believed it myself. There's some fucking thick I was. This 20 years ago, he said, I said, how did they catch you with them aerial things? He went, come and have a look here, big fella. So you come up the front, you open the back door, you opened it up. He said, have a look in the box. It was a wooden box, not that big, not that high. There was a thing on the top, like going on, like a fan. That's all it is, a fan. It's not a detector, it's a lie. So he opened the box, there's fuck all in it. He said there's nothing in them, it's just made up. It's just so, he's a TV detector bands are in your area. You see it, fucking hell, there's nothing in it. There's no such thing as a TV detector van. Fuck you, BBC. You fucking scumbags making people watch, you fucking greedy bastards. People blind watching to get about a tenner knocked off. How can you watch it if you're blind? You fucking horrible bastards. Charging people who are blind who listen to the telly and old people. Greed. Police freedom, I needed a bed for the night. Ha ha ha. Ooh, big scam. Yeah, just a big scam. That's all it is, a big scam. So don't fucking play it. Don't pay the fucking. Don't pay it in Scotland. Nice. Yeah, don't fucking pay for it. I don't know anyone who pays for television licenses. You'd have to be absolutely fucking start ribbon bonkers to believe them. They've got no detector bands. It's just a fucking van with a fucking fan going round. That's all it is. There's no devices in there. Not any devices whatsoever. So I've just saved you. Everyone else, I want 20% of that. I want 10% of everything I make off you lot in here. Yeah. Bromley lads. My mate Rob Oliver from down there. He's a great lad. I love Rob. No, just answer the door. Say I can't answer the door at the minute. The dog's in. Another one to get off with. Okay, it's not my house. I'm the cleaner. I'm just cleaning at the minute. No bags. Gas, electric. Even if you whatever you do, you gas, electric. Oh, I can't answer it because it's somebody else. You can't do fuck all. I can't do a fucking thing. You just fucking don't. But all we can see through. Yeah, you watch the telly. Yeah, it is on the BBC, but that's yesterday's. Just keep. If you ever tell you here, just keep the curtain shut. They can't come in your house for watching television. You have to let them in. Same as bailiffs. You do not have to let a bailiff in your house unless he has a proper court order to come in and cover the place and they've got it then. It's different. They haven't. It's all lies. Trust me, it's bullshit. And that letter you get, big red warning, you will be going to jail if you don't pay this. You are at court very soon and all that fucking shit. You know that from the television license, shite. Council tax, bungle, fucking cat, fucking shit. Just don't. When you're moving in your house, just don't fucking tell him you live there, you fucking idiots. How stupid are you? Oh, yeah, my name's Tommy Jenkins, I live here. If you don't tell them, they won't know who to send it to. They don't know who's in the fucking house. They haven't got a clue. The council haven't got a clue in the house. They might know, but you have to give. You know, they come around and go, you have to fill that form in, fork off. You have to fill that form in by law. The one where who lives in the house. You fuck them off and just say, look, I've got mental health problems. I'm poorly. I'm ill. And that's what you play on that. Just play on your mental health. The fucking government are raging with me, aren't they? They're fucking raging. They're sitting there. He's at it again. They couldn't give millions away. Millions we're losing to that fucker. Yeah, look, cack. Absolute shit. I'm the fucking sheriff. I'm the sheriff only. I'm the marshal. I used to marshal the fucking Teesside, man. Fucking idiots coming to my door. They came one day, there was 3 of them. And the woman was the main bailiff bloke who runs it from the courts. I went, I'll punch your fucking face in your cunt to run like fuck. I tell you what, I was only in a pair of shorts. Like we go to bed in. And I couldn't on the stairs. And I chased him up the fucking street, running the fucking shit himself. One jumped in the van, the other 2 fucking ran up that way. Couldn't dibbies. Anyway, he come to my house. The bloke said, I don't know trouble. We don't know trouble at your house. I said, well, stop pretending you're this, that, and the other and all that. And he was all right. Mr. Poole, they called him. What was his name? He was the main one in the courts. Yeah, there's no such thing as watch EastEnders on YouTube. Yeah, just say that, mate. You just pretend. You just say what I do. I watch EastEnders. I watch it on. I watch the EastEnders. I record it and I watch it later on. Or you can watch the second. If as long as say you watch it on say 7 o'clock, it's on. When it's on at 10, you can watch it. You can't get done. If it's on at 7 live, you can get done. But if you watch the second one at 10 o'clock at night, you can't get done. But if you just keep your curtain shut, I can't see anyway. But it's hard for them to come in. You can say, I'm not letting you in. And by the time they come and say, well, I seen you watching, no, you didn't. That was recording. And they can't stand there and fucking argue out and say, no, you're lying, because it's too late. The fucking the horse was already bolted then. It's too late. Can't come back to the police an hour later and say, I seen him watching. No, you didn't. You're lying. I was watching Mickey Mouse and Scooby-Doo. Any fucking thing you can make up. It's his word against your word. In the court of law, wouldn't stand up, wouldn't go to court. But the thing is, They're fucking full of shit. Grow up with you and fucking listen to me. Don't pay your television license. Phone up and tell them, and you get a 2 year or 4 year, I think it is, exempt. Trust me, fucking do it. Get off your asses and get on the phone and say, "Oh, just letting you know, I haven't got a telly, or I don't watch live television program. I don't watch live BBC program." You don't have to pay for it. For fuck's sake, listen to me and save some money and go and treat your wife, take your kids out for the day, have a nice fucking day somewhere. Yeah, the bands no longer exist. They're defunct. Yeah, the thing is, I said that, didn't you? There's no such thing. Well, I didn't know that about the bands no longer existed, but I know for a fact my mate Ozzy went for 10 years for them. And like I say, it was like a wooden box. Opened the fucking box. There was nothing in it. It was just made up. But psychologically, you know, detective vans. It's like when you see a police in, police, stop. The police, or one of them fucking, they're the worst, them fucking stupid vans from the council. You think, it's speeding, and you might be doing 35, or fucking, and you got past it. It's fucking council van. Them checking things on the back door. You're all thinking he's fucking right. Oh, fuck, I want to get done here. I've been speeding there. This fucking stupid council van. You're going on the motorway about 75 to 80. You think I'm caught. And you're like, thank fuck for that. It's not. You get done now for being 1 mile over the limit. She's just been done. The fucking thingy Susan Bravin, the Home Secretary, was done for it. But speed 1 mile. I got done for being. I was got done for doing 31 mile an hour on a fucking 30 mile an hour road. So I got on one of them speed awarenesses. You have to pay, I think, 200 quid or something fucking daft. But you don't get no points. Yeah, I went on that with ages ago. Like, I don't go speeding and keep my speed down now. I used to drive it from lunatic. I do about 55, 60 on the motorway. You get the lorries, beep, fuck off. I just slow down even more to 50. I'm like fucking Mr. Magoo, my car, fuck yous. Like that, fucking does the reds in them lorries. I fucking hate you, don't they? They go, beep, fuck off. You're on my head. I'm not doing anything. I'm going, fuck off, you're on my head. I just drive. And sing my songs as I'm driving along. Fucking heads are battered with me. 85, thumbs up. Come on, guys. It's fucking been on 3 hours here. I'm still waiting for the other fucking 15. You're doing this deliberately. You're fucking to wind me up, you lot. Where you'd say the BBC should be advertisements. Yeah, that's all they are. Nancy bastards. That's what Dewey Savile. All them fucking other ones. Fucking Gary Glitter. They all knew Savile was a nonce for years. They fucking knew. I knew nurses who were in hospitals in Leeds saying to me, when they come, he said, just pretend you're asleep. They were telling the kids to, and I've seen it on documentaries, where they were saying, pretend you're asleep when he comes, don't go with him and all that. So he was known because he was in with fucking Maggie Thatcher, Dennis Thatcher, Prince Charles, and fucking Lady Diana, and all them people wouldn't dare say a thing. He got done a few times. And coppers come on and exposed him and said, I went and get him done. And he said, look, I've got pictures of your daughter and your 15-year-old taking drugs. That was in Leeds when he was a DJ. So he thought he was above the law. And he also was in with the Thatchers, allegedly, they said on TV documentary, contacted MI5 and says, strike him off the thing. So when these normal police officers, decent police officers trying to do the job, were told by MI5 operatives, stand back, keep away from it. And he said, one of them said, I was fucking gutted. He knew what he was. All them people were getting, kids were getting abused and hurt just for the powers that be, because he was making millions of pounds on his so-called runs and all that shit. And he was massive in the industry. So they were letting kids get raped, knowingly that getting kids raped and paedophiles touching them up and everything, just so they could make money off him. Fucking disgusting. It makes me sick to the stomach. Doesn't make you sick. 88, come on. There's only 12 more. Come on, guys. 88, 89, 90, 100. Hey, that was never worked. Planned didn't work. Barry Ace card share, but get a fire stick. Load of fuck the BBC. It's all shit. Anyway, the BBC, there's not one of the fucking shit. Never not one. It's fucking garbage. Yeah, fire sticks. Fire sticks. Yeah, so he can get arrested for 19 days later after these incidents. I got arrested the same fucking day. He makes a complaint. While I'm in my fucking house, virtually fucking paralyzed, can hardly walk, hobbling. Took me about 5 minutes to get downstairs. I was on medication at the time and everything. They're fucked with me. I'm telling you now, they're fucked what they've done to me. And I've got all on video on the cameras. I've got them make me walk the plank outside on the getting in the back of the van and everything. They're fucked. My wife told them all this, they went, oh, this is bad, really bad. Every protocol, a couple of barrister friends of mine, my friend David and his wife, Megan, said they broke every single protocol in the book. There's the procedure of practice, I think it's called Code of Practice. They broke every fucking single rule in the book. So if you get them for 1 or 2, it's bad. If you've got them for about 10, 15, 20 different ones, they're seriously in trouble. And that's why they're keeping me on this fucking stupid thing with that scruffy little smack rat, heroin fucking scruffy addict, sat there, being convicted of heroin, been to jail for burgling people's houses, robbing his own mum and dad's house, robbing his own sister. They lock him out of the houses, they won't let him in. None of them will let him in. And he's been moved again. So he's now working in fucking Thirsk, which is just down the road. Not far, Thirsk, about an hour's drive. Just have to put up, don't you? Chemicals, such and such all over. Easy to find. We'll have a little word, see what's happening with the book. I might have to serve him a summons, you see, to put to the book. So I might have to find out where he is to do that. But that's why he's done one, because everything's on to him. The book companies, the Amazon, the Kindle. They've done the one that will do them. Clay's another one, they're fucking fuming because he's been using their company, pretending they're working with Clay's. That was the company. Oh, I never told you about that. The company what he's been using. Clay's was the biggest ever, longest company, about 400-year-old it is, from England, pretending that War Cry Press, we're in with them as amalgamated as one, like Marks and Spencer's teaming up with fucking W.H. Smith stores. So all lies again, all more fraud and deception again. Everything they've done is all fraud and deception. And Bertie Bunter sat there, I'm a legal secretary. A legal secretary, not doing too well, are you, Shirley? Not doing too well. What's he in charge of? Chemicals, moving chemicals around. Fucking hell. They won't last long, them chemicals, will they? They won't take a rocket scientist to realise who's took them. Highest degree, fraud to the highest degree. It's all fraud. BBC should be doing the BBC fucking scum. Letting paedophiles go on the fucking top of the pops, and they knew all them cunts were paedophiles. She said, God rest her, and Esther Ranson were all nonsense, and I knew the way. And God bless him, fucking Johnny Rotten said, I told him in 1977 he was a paedophile and he was a nonce, and for 5, 6, 7 years they wouldn't let him on the BBC. But he told the truth about it. I did my best, he said, Johnny said. And I called Johnny Rotten because he was a fucking punk rocker. And he went, there's the House of Parliament. Dirty paedophile country was saying, House of Parliament. He said, every other month there's another one comes out. Every other year there's more about the paedophile cunts. Same as Cleveland Police. Dirty, corrupt bastards. Giving kids drugs. Pretending that in the cells they were up for, say, shoplifting. But you admit to burgling 25 houses and burgling 6 cars and robbing them. And we'll let you off and there's a gram of heroin. That's what they were doing. That's promise you on my life, on my wife's life, on my brother's grave. That's what Cleveland Police were doing. They were getting confessions for crimes that they hadn't even fucking done. And big Miller Mallum got all these fucking dinging. He got the fucking sack, didn't he? He wanted to be the mayor, and that's why I was going to be the mayor, because he had more charges than I had. He's got more convictions than I've got. Didn't like me when you see me in the garage, did you shit house, fucking shit yourself. That's why they don't like me. So he got took in. They took his phone off him for 10 minutes. I've had my devices for 5 months. Isn't that strange? Nothing's fucking happened to him. Got his window smashed, his car smashed. My fucking house was burnt to the ground nearly. Nearly fucking have been killed. Bombs put in my car. Fucking explosive devices going off all over. And he gets arrested for 10 minutes and they go in the cells with him and check his phone. How can a normal police officer check somebody's phone without sending it to Weatherby? Protocol would be to talk to the desk sergeant. A desk sergeant would take the phone off them. Then the desk sergeant would send it in the property and it would go to Weatherby police station, which is the big massive place where they do all the forensics. They wouldn't be able to do it on a fucking normal copper just looking at it on there. Oh, no, he's not in here. All you do is go delete. So that's it. There's my phone, he'd say to them. No, there's nothing on it. But they could have found out the stuff in there if they sent to Weatherby, because they could backdate it and find out what was sent and on times and dates and stuff. And you could see it was him. But no, they wouldn't do that for us. But that's why I'm not fucking, but I'm not a police officer, remember? When you're a grass and a snitch, they give you houses, they give you money, they give you jobs. I hope it all falls back on them. I hope something happens really bad where the cops get fucking hammered for it. I can't wait. I really hope he fucking does something really bad where the whole lot fucking comes out and they'll go, this is because of you, Cleveland Police. This, you should have done your, Brian Cockerill was right, you should have done your fucking due diligence. You should have done your job. That's all I was asking for you to do. Do your fucking job. Sitting there picking your fucking nose and talking shit and listening to a paedophile fucking nonce, potential fucking serial fucking killer, potential fucking, he's already tried to burn the house down. He's already threatened to burn the house down, which he's done it. He's already threatened to fucking kill Emma. He's already threatened to kill me, kill my brother, kill my dog, rape people's kids, and you're letting him away with it. You're letting this fucking paedophile fucking wrong, and that's all he is, a wrong, and letting him off with it. And he's written it in books, and you let him away from it. You can see you've got a lot more clever police officers than I am, with brains who can look at him psychologically and say, he definitely needs a psychological evaluation. He definitely needs taken off the street. He's a danger to the public. He's a danger to his child, and he's a danger to himself. You aren't doing your fucking jobs. Do your jobs with due diligence, and no one will have any complaints. But no, you won't. You won't give us a fair crack of the whip, will you? You would have just give him it all and him it all because he's giving you information about this Tom, Dick, and Harry. But the thing is, he's now been exposed, and I've exposed him, and I'm fucking glad I've exposed him. And all the people in the world can see now that I've been telling the truth all this time about him, because it's all out about poor Marty Turner robbed an old man like that, and then robbed his, he didn't just rob him, he robbed his fucking handicapped son with cerebral palsy. He didn't just rob an old man, he robbed his fucking grandson. So he's not happy enough with just making 67%. We were getting 37, he was getting 67. I think it was 37 and a half, and he was getting just under 60. I think it was 0.5% less. So he was getting 67%, saying we were getting 30. I was getting 37, he was getting 63%. So he wasn't happy getting 63% of my book. He wanted it all. He wanted it all. And what he done is, like Sean Atwood said on the thing, he said, he's fucked everything up. He's fucked everything up with Brenton. Brenton said he's ruined my whole business. My whole business was ruined. And Sean admitted, this is like a year ago, I think, he said he's fucked the business. And Steve Ray said he's ruined the business that much. They're going to have to go bankrupt. And the judge turned on to me when I was in court, talking on the phone to him, not in the courtroom. He said, the conference call, he said, Mr. Cockerill, it's got I think they're going to pull the rug under your feet. So I said, bankruptcy, yeah, you've got it in one. What they'll do is they'll wind down the business. They'll sell the books cheaper and cheaper and cheaper as it comes to the court date. And that's exactly what they've done. And then he turned around and said to Sean, we're going to have to go bankrupt. And then Sean obviously told us what he told us to say, but I'll give Brian his book back. So Sean Atwood is getting my book back. So I'm going to have to go back to Sean Atwood and apologise to him for obviously what I said. But I'd see if I can get my book, because if they don't get it, I'm just going to go back to court and do it again. But I don't really bring Sean Atwood into it, because he, I do believe, has been paying them the money every month, the pay us. I don't think Atwood had nothing to do with it. I just jumped the gun, being a bit annoyed, being a taxman and fucking getting a bit pissed off. I don't think Sean Atwood, I've never spoken to him obviously for ages, but I don't think Atwood had nothing to do, because I think Atwood did the books with his company for them, thinking that I'd give consent, and I didn't give consent. So I think Atwood will really just sit up and wake up. He's not fucking stupid, he's very clever, and realise I was telling the truth. And I think it's going to happen where Marty will get his book back, Terry will get his 2 books back, and I'll get my book back. That's all we want, our books back. And we want paying what we fucking do. So if he has done this to, if he's been paying, Atwood's been paying the money every month, he'll have the proof. I'll be able to get a court order to get it, but I won't have to do that. I know he's a good human being, he'll give us it. And I'll be able to prove that he's been paying them. So if he's been paying Jamie and Brenton, Atwood's been doing to Sean and paying them, therefore, I'll be able to prove to the court they've been getting paid every 6 months and not being paid. We haven't been paid for 2.5 years. So I've screamed shouting at Sean Atwood the other week, because I thought he was in cahoots with him. But I don't think he is. When I've sat back and thought about it and got myself right and looked through stuff, why would he tell me about he's going to give us the book back like a 6, 7, 8 months ago? If he was involved, I thought, so it's you've been doing this. So I believe he's been paying them from his Giddify or something it's called. I can't remember the name of it. He's been paying them to Brenton. Brenton's then been either keeping it, or he's been paying, boiling him and keeping it between them. But they haven't certainly been paying me, Terry, or Marty. So, but Terry then were involved in the audio book, so but they never asked me to do the book. He never got no contract off me. That's what I've said to Sean before, and he knows that. But he did turn on and say, Brenton said, "Oh, I'm going to have to give Brian the book back, because the judges told him to give it back." And on that day, I said to the judge when we went to trial, I said, what I'll do is I'm getting nowhere with this disclosure. I'm just going to call it a day today, Your Honour. Could I get my book back? And he went, yeah. Brendan said, yes, Mr. Cockerill, I'll get your book back, Brian, for you. So I'll get Sean out and I'll give it to him and he can give it to you. So you'll get your book back. And Marty's going to get his book back because Marty was told, explicitly told by Judge Gargan, Brendan, you were told to give Marty Joseph Turner his book back. So they then made a contract. They sent the contract to you, Kevin, from behalf of Marty Joseph Turner, for you to sign to give him that old man his book back. And you never give him, you wouldn't even sign it. You wouldn't sign it because you're a narcissistic, fat little greasy bastard. And that fat fucking minger you go out with, she's a horrible cunt as well. So you wouldn't give him the book back because you know why? You didn't want anyone to know the truth. The reason why you've kept the fucking book is so you think if I give them the book, they're going to show everyone, they're going to know. It doesn't matter now because the books have all been taken off the shelf. There's none left. They've all gone. You've been fucking found fucking guilty by the public. If you had the truth, you'd come out with it. You haven't got no proof. You haven't got no letters from the court to nothing. You've got fuck all. You've got no proof. You never went to court for the court case. We never ever went. Only once I went with Marty. Therefore, you've been found guilty off the judge. You were told to give the book back, and they give you a new contract. So you have to sign that contract and say this book now belongs to Martin Joseph Turner, only him, not like Jamie and Brenton and Warcry Pubs and Warcry Press. It was all going to be going back to Marty, and you wouldn't sign the forms for him, and you wouldn't sign the contract for him to give him his book back because you're a fucking low-life, horrible cunt. That you think you're clever, you think you've got away with it, but where are you? Deliver. I said this to you, didn't I? You end up with a dead-end job doing fuck all when you've done about 200 quid a week, 100 quid a week or something like you used to do in Tesco's and Asda pushing trolleys. That's what you're really good for because you're no good. You're not clever, you're not intelligent, you've got no brains whatsoever, you're a fucking thicko and you're a little thief. And you'll only getting caught stealing or whatever they have. You'll pinch out of there because you're a known thief. You're a known thief. You're known for it. Your own mother and father won't even let you in the house. Fucking vile. How are we guys? 90 on, where's me another 10? So that's what's happened to him. He hates it. Good set yards, good get set off shifts, suck ass later, Brian, and all. Smuffy. Yeah, waste of money, mate. You give money to somebody for a license and it's just all shite. The multi-billionaires, the cunts, what they've done over the years. They've had people over for years. Check was the transistor. Yeah, you're right, mate. They're all fucking horrible. You're right. Right, guys, I'm going to shout. My hip is killing me. I've been on nearly 3 hours and I'm fucking exhausted. Right, I love you all and speak to you soon. See you again tomorrow and let's see if we can find out where the chemical city is. He's got the chemicals.